Here we go.
Welcome in. It is time to crown a Mountain West Rocket League champion tonight. We have three Excellent series on tap for you, and we're going to break it all down. Since 2017, the Mountain West Rocket League Championship has been the end of the season test to a long and grueling schedule that answers one simple question. When it's all on the line, who gets it done? After a grueling fall season, we are left with 4 teams who have a shot at the trophy, including our very own Boise State, but they are not the only ones who are looking to get it done. We've got a pair of best-of-7 semifinals and a grand final best-of-7 to wrap it all up. I am Michael, joined by Bryce and Danner here, and guys, this should be an absolutely exciting time to be here. And maybe the biggest thing, as we'll see in a second with the standings, is Boise State, winners of the last 4 Mountain West championships, is not the number 1 seed, Bryce. What are we thinking with that?
Honestly, I think that is a very, very misleading one loss. Sure, we took a loss. We're currently 1-9. However, Boise State is one of the big favorites to win this one overall. I mean, the only people above us are San Diego State University, who, all things considered, have a 10-0 record. That's nothing to scoff at. However, I do think Boise State still has a very good chip in to take this away. Don't let that number 2 fool you.
Yeah, and luckily, unlike some other sports in the Mountain West, we didn't have to go to the computers to figure out the top 4 teams here. It is very simple, and also it stacks up very interestingly, Danner, because it essentially works is the teams above you in the standings are who beat you, right? San Diego State undefeated. Boise State's only loss, San Diego State. Grand Canyon, their only losses, Boise State and San Diego State. San Jose State, the same thing. Are you coming into this expecting these first semifinals, which will be San Diego State, San Jose State, and Boise State, Grand Canyon, to sort of maybe be a little stompy because it's sort of rematches of games we've already seen? Or do you think, with everything on the line, throw the past records out?
I think that all these teams are coming into this with the best mentality possible. They're going to try to win this the best they can, but you also got to realize what they've been through with that regular season, that grueling regular season that you brought up. It's every match before that is now leading up to this, and I think those records show what they've done already this season, and now it's a matter of what have you done to improve upon that.
And I think the big thing is going to be, as always, is the best of 7s, right? In the regular season, you play best of 5s. Now you're adding in more games. And Bryce, before we highlight one of the outstanding Broncos who might have a exclamation mark to his career, walk us through what a player has to feel like playing maybe an extra 2 games and having to lock in for at least one more extra win than they're used to.
Yeah, even just a little bit more game time can be detrimental to players. I mean, we are seeing teams that have pretty much stomped their way up to the finals. I mean, the Broncos have only lost to that San Diego State University. And, I mean, you have people in this conference who, like San Diego State, haven't lost before. They're not used to being under pressure. They're not used to saying, hey, we took the loss here. We got to recuperate. We got to get back up. Every single second in the game is a second that you're not resting. And just like when it comes to athletes on the field, that gets tiring really quick. And it's just as much of a mental game as it is, or it's just as much of a physical stamina game as it is mental.
And you see his picture there on the standings page. It is Gabriel Reynolds, and we got to highlight him. He's for Boise State. They're going to be playing in the second semifinal today against Grand Canyon, and he has had an absolutely phenomenal career since he joined Boise State back in August of 2021. He's built maybe the greatest career this program has ever seen besides Kellen Moore, if you even want to go all-time Bronco athletes, because it is absolutely insane. We'll get to his stats in a minute, but he's a 2022 All-American, the most accomplished Rocket League player in school history. With a win tonight, he would become the first Bronco to ever claim 5 championship rings, Danner. And Bryce talked about the pressure. If you have a guy who's used to it, it's got to be Gil.
I mean, it's got to be Gil. You got to think about all of the experience and the time that this player has put into this program and to his skills as a player, claiming all of these titles that he sure has. I mean, 4 Mountain West championships is nothing to look off of. He is definitely an accoladed player here at Boise State Esports, and now looking for his 5th ring. He's going to try to get the Infinity Gauntlet here done and dusted tonight.
Absolutely phenomenal. Again, and we got to talk more about him. Gabriel Reynolds, known to the collegiate esports world simply as Gil. As we said, he joined Boise State's Rocket League program in August of 2021, and has begun what I said is maybe the most decorated competitive careers in university history. There's a guy who wore number 11, who maybe we can debate about that a little bit. But, I mean, how else do you go out but on top?
I mean, that's the way to go. I mean, if you're going to go out, that's the best way to do it, and I hope that tonight we can see him finally get that last ring, fill out his whole hand. I mean, unless you want to go to the second one, that's a pretty good way to end off the career.
Yeah, where do you put it? You put it on the thumb, or do you go on the other finger?
I mean, I feel like having it on the thumb, getting the whole hand, that you can just like show it in a picture. I think that's like the best feeling. But like if you need to put it on the other hand, like why not?
You get a little more versatility that way, right? Like you get a little bit more versatility. But again, all right, and again, we're talking about Gil. Let's see everything about him.
What's up? I'm Gabriel Reynolds. What's up? I'm Gabriel Reynolds, or as I go by, Gil, and I play Rocket League for the varsity sports team. I'd say for my legacy at Boise State, I want to be remembered more as the person than the player. Just the interactions with people, the fun moments, and everything else.
Absolutely phenomenal player. As we talked about, he's already captured 400 wins as a Bronco. Absolutely insane. I don't know if another player will ever match that. As we've talked about, 4 straight Mountain West championships, trying to make it 5 tonight. 3 CECC West regional titles, 3 CRL national qualifying appearances, 1 CRL world appearance, and the program's first ever national championship in Rocket League, the PEC national championship that he won last year, and that maybe he'll get a chance to defend coming up in the spring. But right now, again, it's all Mountain West. Him and the Broncos, though, they come in as the number 2 seed, which is maybe a little bit shocking. I cannot wait to see what's going to happen.
Yeah, overall, I think tonight it's going to be a really interesting fight one way or another. Boise State has proven to be at the top of their game over the past few weeks. However, we can't count out anybody else. We got to watch GCU in the CECC Mountain West Regional Final, or Western Regional Finals, a few weeks ago, and they played very, very hard, and they have shown that they deserve to be in the top 4 here tonight. So I do think they are going to put up a really good fight for the Broncos, and it's all going to come down to how they play up against the Lopes. And that's not even discounting the Spartans and the Aztec Warriors that are going to be playing a little bit later. I think that's also going to be an incredibly close game, and whoever comes out on top tonight is definitely going to be the top of the top. We are about to see some amazing Rocket League. Probably the best Rocket League we've seen all season. I mean, I hope it's the best Rocket League we've seen all season, because this is the end.
And Danner, again, as he mentioned, we're going to start with San Diego State, who's the number 1 seed, and San Jose State. What are you watching for in that series to kind of set the bar? Because they have to start out the championships tonight on a strong level. What are you watching for in that series in particular?
What I'm watching for is individually player prowess. I want to see all 3 of those players individually shine, and also in the same way be in the synergy of a team that you want as a number 1 team coming into this. You're 10-0. You would think you'd have the best synergy as a team, and you have the best overall players. One of the players for SDSU, I want to shout out Azapatos, an amazing level player. You see him a lot of times in the bubble field for RLCS, the professional league, and he also plays a lot of 1v1s. I mean, I've seen him around all the time. Now seeing him in a collegiate tournament like this, he is definitely one of the players to watch out for tonight.
And Bryce, I know we're going to hear what Doc's keys are of the game closer to the series, but for Boise State and Grand Canyon, what are maybe your keys? What are you looking for as a Bronco fan or as a neutral observer in that second semifinal we're going to see tonight?
I mean, I've shelled out for the Broncos enough, but as a general fan, I will say rotations are going to be key. We have seen the Broncos excel in rotations throughout the entirety of the season. They know exactly when to go fall back. They know exactly when to go on defense. They know right when to attack. They just can wait. They circle like sharks, and in order to really stay out of the water, stay dry, the Lopes are really going to have to time when they go in, time when they get their stuff done. Don't overcommit their resources. Make sure that they have boost, and overall just play solid Rocket League, because anything less is going to make you shark food.
And before we head over to the arena, we get ready for our first series, I got to put you guys on the spot. What's the prediction for the night? I want the championship game prediction and then your winner. We'll start with you, Bryce.
Personally, I think that it will be Broncos, Aztec Warriors in the championship. I see number 1 and number 2 going right back up to there to see if maybe that really shakes out the way we all think it will. Personally, though, I think number 2 is going to come out on top. I think Broncos are going to take this whole thing.
Give me a score. Series score.
I'm going to say 4-2.
Okay, all right. Danner, I think 1 and 2 might be an easy pick.
Yeah, I think that's definitely going to be the easiest way to look at this. You've got your number 1, 10-0 versus your number 2, 9-1. I mean, and that only loss is to the number 1, barely in a game 5. And you got to think, how close is it going to be? Is it going to be the same level? Are we going to go all the way to the finish line? And I think that's going to be the case. I think it's going to be a Bronco 4-3 win in the grand finals.
Okay, we like that. There you go. It's all Boise State here. I cannot wait to see what it's going to be. Again, San Diego State comes in as the favorites. Boise State wants to deliver, put like upset in quotes.
Right.
It's not really an upset. They are 9-1. Yes, I get they lost the Aztecs, but that is the 2 best teams. But again, no discredit to Grand Canyon and San Jose State. They're going to make those 2 squads earn it. We'll see who can get it done. Again, Boise State has won 4 Mountain West titles in a row. Can they make it 5 tonight, or can somebody sneak in and put their name on the trophy? I cannot wait to see. Again, we've got a best of 7, San Diego State and San Jose State, just moments away as we get ready for that match. Let's take a look back at the 2025 championship run.
Defeating UNLV on the iconic blue turf.
Mountain West champion. This means everything. This is everything we work for. And to come out here and accomplish it, you got to give credit to the team.
The championship momentum continued into Saturday with Boise State's Rocket League team defending their crown. Since the inception of Mountain West esports, no other school has won a Mountain West title. In the 2024 finals, the Broncos faced San Jose State in a best-of-7 series. With a standing room-only crowd packing the Boise State Esports Arena.
To the game, if you will, that every team needs to follow no matter what the circumstances in order to win. And so we are going to go to the Mountain West Championship.
Unable to travel, the SJSU squad had to participate from their facilities in San Jose.
Get back some side control for the Broncos. Gill with a block on a shot up. Oh, Woozy to body it in. Sneaking.
Play defense. Cayenne is able to block that ball and get it right back towards the corner. He's able to take advantage of the 100 boost for once.
The Broncos delivered a clean 4-0 sweep. Earning their 5th consecutive Rocket League title.
Boise State! Boise State!
Emiliano Flores, a junior, earned Player of the Game honors for his stellar performance, which included critical goals and flawless strategic play.
My friends know me as Derek, but I'm also Master Sergeant Raxter. This is my life in the Air National Guard.
No. Come on, where is it?
Dave, it's your Idaho Central app here. Any chance you're missing a debit card? Let's get that taken care of for you. With ICCU's card control, you can turn any card off with the tap of your finger.
You've got it.
And back on again. Out, 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 out. The closest Idaho Central Credit Union branch is in your pocket. It's me, your Idaho Central Credit Union app. Rough morning. Is that a mobile deposit? I got this. Beat it, Charlie. We're making money moves here. Cha-ching. And done.
Charlie, come on, outside.
Sorry about the mess. I'd help if I had hands. The closest Idaho Central Credit Union branch is in your pocket.
Life happens. Lucky for you, the new ICCU Central Plus checking account comes with benefits, including cell phone protection.
Wait, through my ICCU checking account?
That's right. Along with a whole lot of other benefits you might need. Because being human is a full-time job. Life happens. Lucky for you, ICCU has a new kind of checking account that comes with benefits that help you life better. Because being human is a full-time job.
Scott Matlock, underrated recruit, has built himself into one of the best defensive players in the Mountain West.
What would you do if you couldn't fail? Would you see every setback as a catalyst to keep going? This is the innovator's mindset, because innovation demands daring. Is finding thousands of ways that don't work, and the one that changes everything. It's when your unrelenting spirit sees the world's needs and says, I will create something better. So, what will you do? Will you let your genius run wild? Give yourself the space to be great. Set your sights on something even bigger, because we know changing the world doesn't happen by chance. It comes out of the blue.
Since you guys have been in here, some things have changed. We've updated this place to be in its final form. New cabinets, new counters, all sorts of new stuff in here. This has turned into a place that wouldn't look out of place at an SEC or Big Ten football facility, and Dairy West has allowed us to have it here. We've taken a holistic approach to our player nutrition, and we're really thankful that Dairy West has made sure that our fueling station is the best in college esports and really at industry standard for any college athletic department.
No. Come on, where is it?
Dave.
Welcome in, everybody, to the Boise State Esports Arena. It is time to crown a Mountain West Rocket League champion for 2025. The grueling regular season is over, and with no need for computers in this sport, we have 4 teams left standing with a shot at a conference title. We've got 2 best-of-7 semifinals. We've got a best-of-7 final, and I cannot wait to see who is going to come out on top. You see the Boise State players there ready to go. They are coming up a little bit later, though, because the number 1 seed is not the Broncos, and we're going to get to that. Michael and Dan are here to call all the action of our first semifinal, Danner, and maybe that is the story of the evening. The number 1 seed gets to play first. You would have thought coming into the season, the 4-time defending conference champions would be there in Boise State, but they are not. It is undefeated 10-0 San Diego State who gets our opening draw, and that's the first thing we got to talk about, Danner, is how are the Aztecs the 1 seed?
They came into the season thriving. I was not expecting this out of them, but honestly, watching that best of 5 against Boise State a couple weeks ago, where Boise State eventually lost in that game 5, it was kind of a shocker there. But honestly, as Zapatos in particular for SDSU, they've been showing out in this whole season, showing why they're 10-0, showing why they're the number 1 seed, and showing why maybe they might be the contender here to take away that title from Boise State.
Again, the Broncos going for 5 straight, but it is San Diego State, and they are taking on San Jose State. The Spartans come in at 5-3, but their only losses, Danner, are 2. Grand Canyon, who's number 3, Boise State, who's number 2, and San Diego State, who's number 1. This is a very top-heavy league, and I cannot wait to see where this goes. And I think the first thing that I want to talk about, right, is you look at the schedule for tonight, right? We're going to play 1 best-of-7 semifinal. Then we're going to play a second one. Then we're going to play the grand finals. Do you want to be the team like San Diego State and San Jose State who gets to play first and then takes a break? Or are you more envious of the Broncos and Lopes who get to take a break, then play, and kind of go into the finals hot? Which side of that debate are you on?
I'm actually more towards the first match of the night, because here's the thing. You play first, you get your match out of the way, and then you get to watch that second match. You get to watch how the other team plays, how they're going to be coming into the night, see what kind of strategies they might have whatever might be different from when you played them in the past.
And let's take a look at this matchup. Again, we start with the undefeated 10-0 San Diego State Aztecs. Maybe the clearest favorite coming into the postseason after that 3-2 win that Danner mentioned over Boise State. They have been the benchmarks from week number 1, controlling series with confidence, consistency, and a level of composure that has carried them through every test. They win clean, they win early, and they clearly win often. But it's time to ramp that up. We go from best of 5s in the regular season to best of 7s. Perfection only gets you so far, and it gets you the number 1 seed, but now you have to deliver. As we take a look at this talented roster, as you mentioned, Zapatos, Alexander Franco maybe leading the way, Sean B, Sean Torres, and 5 stars of Art Chadhuri. Break us down this roster. As you said, you and I were talking right before we started. They've got one guy that if you follow Rocket League, you probably have heard the name before.
Yeah, absolutely. If you're into the 1 scene in RLCS, you're into that bubble scene for the pros in 3v3, you have heard the name Zapatos. He is a amazing player individually and as a team. I actually got the privilege to cast him a couple weeks ago in a CECC West tournament, and his team ultimately won out the West tournament and qualified for the CEC Nationals. They're showing why they're one of the best teams here, and he individually showed why he is the best on this roster.
And break us down for that. If you're someone just tuning in, maybe they haven't followed as much Rocket League, how much can an individual player carry a 3-on-3 game, right? Is this something where the other 2 guys are just going to sit in the goal? How hard can he carry this team, do you think?
I think that individually he can definitely make strides in a game. But as a team leader, as a captain of the team, he is definitely the one to bring up the spirits and keep the momentum alive for his teammates, make sure that they're doing what they can on the field to the best of their ability to make sure that they are also doing just as much.
Let's take a look at their opponents. Across the field from them sits number 4 San Jose State, a team whose record, again, reflects how top-heavy this conference is. 5-3. Every single one of their losses comes against a team that is in the postseason, San Diego State, Boise State, and Grand Canyon. They've taken their hits, but they have delivered enough to be here, and I think that's what matters. They come in this match with nothing to lose. You're the underdogs. Maybe you've got a secret strategy you can bring out. You've got everything to gain. You've got a full season of experience against some of the best the Mountain West has to offer. If you take a look at the lineup, we've got Siddharth Ramathon, that is BU, Simon Hupt, that is Cayenne Wolf, and Tyler Wallace is Simple Shark. And you talked about the stars for San Diego State as we see there at 10-0. For San Jose State, what does this team bring to the table?
This team honestly brings a lot to the table. Once again, only losing to the top 3 teams in this conference. That means that they've still been able to beat out everyone else that they played in this season, showing they're still the top 4 team here. And I think Simple Shark and BU individually, I think both of those players are kind of like the keystones for San Jose here. I think they're going to be the ones that are going to come out strong, and they're going to come out maybe even have the game plan against San Diego, see what they can't bring out.
And again, we see the standings there. We'll get Boise State and Grand Canyon later on the night. Winner of both semifinals, of course, will go to our grand finals. Cannot wait to see where that goes. And this is an age-old story, really, right? The underdog versus the heavy favorite. What are you looking for? First 60 seconds, first 90 seconds of game number 1, which is just around the corner, from San Jose State that maybe will tell you, hey, this might not be a 4-0. San Diego State's going to work for this. What are you looking for?
I honestly, what I'm thinking about this is I'm thinking about an underdog that can manage pressure in the moment against your number 1 opponent. You got to come into this thinking they're going to be coming off on all the cylinders. They're going to be firing off every shot they possibly can. But if you can lock down on defense, manage the pressure, make sure to get save after save, and even get a counter offense brewing, you might be able to just hold your own. And especially with the best of 7, there's a lot of game left to play.
And again, it's the undefeated favorite versus the battle-tested underdog, a team that hasn't missed a step against one that's had to fight for every inch. If San Diego State plays the level that maybe we expect them to, it's going to be a quick series. But if San Jose State, they have something cooking, they can maybe flip the entire bracket on their head. It's a best of 7 to open up championship weekend, and it starts with San Diego State and San Jose State. Of course, myself and Danner can have all the keys in the world, but there's one man whose keys we care about the most, and that is Doc's keys to the game. Let's see what these teams need to do to get it done. It is to punish the double commit, play the walls better. Double commits, they're the power of friendship, and don't overstay. They're brought to you by a Blue Ribbon Painting with over 90 years of combined experience. They are proud to be Boise's go-to team of local multi-generational painters who know how to level up your home. Visit blueribbonpainting.net. We are moments away from the first part of a fantastic 3-part Mountain West Rocket League Championship night here, Danner. San Diego State and San Jose State. I know in the pre-show, you just quickly put in that San Diego State you thought was going to win. Yep. Now let's get a little bit deeper. What are you expecting from this series? Do you think we go more than 4 games?
I honestly think we do. I think San Jose State has a chance here to kind of enlighten us about how they can come into this as the underdogs. Yep. I think, honestly, I'm still going to lean towards San Diego, but I do think it's going to go all the way to 6.
And the other question I have for you, as we see Boise State players back there, they play in the second game, Grand Canyon as well. How much do you think those teams are watching this versus preparing for their series, right? Do you think there's any sort of let's keep an eye on San Diego State, San Jose, or do you think Boise State and Grand Canyon are just going to say we're going to be fully locked in, we'll catch up in between our match and the championship?
I think that you focus on what is ahead of you at this moment. I think you look ahead at your Grand Canyon game later on today, and I think that you focus on individually as a team and just all together, you want to make sure that you are in the right headspace for your game, and you don't want to focus on what's ahead of you quite yet.
Speaking of being in the right headspace, let's hope the Aztecs and Spartans are there. It is time to kick off Game 1 of our first semifinal of the night. It is San Diego State, the 1 seed, the undefeated powerhouse, taking on San Jose State at 5-3. The Spartans have nothing to lose and know they need to get the job done. Again, best of 7, 5 minutes on the clock. I cannot wait to hop into this one and see who is going to get the job done here alongside Dana. This should be a lot of fun as the final seconds tick down before game number 1.
The final seconds, fresh 5 minutes on the clock. All the players loading into our lobby here. There's Sean. I'm like, all of them, maybe. There it is. But we do have 5 minutes on the clock. First kickoff is going to go towards the whip. San Jose. Cayenne playing it a little slow. Trying to get around 1. Going to get beat up by Azapatos, the man on the mountain tonight. He's the one that we're going to be looking at here for San Diego. Simple Shark with an unfortunate miss and maybe even a goal for 5 stars. Started off for San Diego.
Very quick goal for San Diego State here, as you see just one simple miss from Simple Shark and maybe the most free net you'll have all night. And that's not what you wanted to start with if you're San Jose State, already down 1-0, not even 15 seconds into the game here. This 5 stars, not going to get that one. Simple Shark, Sean B, though, he's there, going to go ahead, tap it over. Maybe not going to have a teammate. He's going to play it himself. Cayenne Wolf going to retreat, get 1 touch on it. Sean into the corner, looking to center this one up, not able to get it. They're going to get LinkedIn victim. I believe that's BU. Must be a name change. He's going to dribble it up. Simple Shark, 1 touch, and he sneaks it in.
This is one of the players I was talking about. Simple Shark, probably one of those players on San Jose that's going to be leading this team towards that underdog run. And this first goal is just a start. All 3 defenders for San Diego couldn't stop that one.
We talked about the double commits. How about the triple commit? And they couldn't even get there. 1-1 already. Uh-oh, right off the kickoff. 5 stars. Gets a demo. It's going to be turned away. And Cayenne Wolf with a great hit down.
Great hit down. Sean B keeping it close. Leaving it for Azapatos. Actually, just a pass back. Plays around 1. Need to play around 2nd. And around Cayenne. Simple Shark needs to make the last 2nd touch, and he will. Now, Azapatos already in the air, making cuts onto that one. LinkedIn sending this one to the backboard. Maybe an opportunity. No, saved out by 5 stars.
Cayenne Wolf gets a great center, gets a bump as well, but Sean B is there. Does he want to take it? He's actually going to lose the dribble, but Azapatos is there. Ball still bouncing around midfield. Cayenne Wolf flying in, can't quite get enough height on it. Ball lands in his lap, though, but it's stolen away. Azapatos making some great plays, and 5-star. Great defensive effort. Made it over the Spartan side.
This is what I'm talking about, managing pressure and making sure that you're not the ones on defense constantly. San Jose able to get something going, but a miss onto the backboard is going to lead Sean B to get the 2nd goal for San Diego State.
Yeah, you called it perfectly, Danner, there. It's just going to be Simple Shark. Couldn't quite get the touch on it. Cayenne was trying to reverse in the goal. All of a sudden, we've got our 2nd one on the board. Defense proving to be optional right now between these two teams. As on the next kickoff, we are going to get 5 stars with a great little touch there. Sean B going to take a shot on net. It's Cayenne Wolf now in the corner. Can't quite control it. Azapatos right in front of the net. Centers up. No teammate there, unfortunately, but he got the demo for his time.
He sure did. Now Cayenne Wolf out of the corner quick. Sean B from the ceiling, though, is going to be able to keep this pressure going, but with little boost in their tanks, not able to do too much. Azapatos already with the flip in his tank. Has to play the 50, gets the demo ahead of him. Now Victim from the corner. Has to play it slowly and with minimal boost. He's not going to be able to do too much with it.
Azapatos off the roof. He's got 5 stars there, but he's actually going to push it over into the corner for himself. Gets a little bit of a tap onto LinkedIn, but not quite able to disrupt it enough. Ball ends up right in his lap again. Sean B is there. Cayenne Wolf, great defensive effort. He's going to put it right to one Aztec, though. Not much going to happen. Is LinkedIn going to be able to touch this ball over to the Aztec side?
Sure will. Able to keep with it with a flip. Maybe even a bump onto 1 is going to land. Azapatos now. Ball on top of his car is going to play it out with Cayenne Wolf. High for Sean B. Just going to take it low. I like what San Diego's doing. They're taking their time with the ball and making sure that they can make the plays they want to. They don't feel rushed at all by San Jose here, but they need to be able to switch that on a dime here. San Jose trying to get an offense going and maybe even an equalizer.
Her shot turned away. 5 stars going to miss, but so will Simple Shark. So it's up to Cayenne Wolf to get a touch on it. Ball still near midfield, but Simple Shark not enough boost. So Sean B, 1 touch, immediately runs into LinkedIn. Another back and forth here. The ball does get hit over, and rushing in is 5 stars. He's got a goal so far this series, and Azapatos is going to hit it over into the corner. That's Cayenne Wolf, and right now the ball's just hanging out near midfield.
Yeah, it's kind of a deadlock here, but with 2 minutes now remaining in the game, it's going to be down to the wire here. You got to think San Jose, they're going to get an offense going. They got to get out of their own half. They haven't really had an opportunity at the San Diego goal. Maybe this is the opportunity, though. Cayenne just needs to get it on target. Sean B, though, diving save. LinkedIn not able to get a touch, and now it's going to be Sean B's turn. Simple Shark coming off of a demo. Still able to get a save.
Azapatos, though, gets great touch on it around 1 defender. Can he get it around 2 more? No. Nice defense with the post there, but 5 stars is there. He'll put in his 2nd of the game, and it's 3-1 San Diego State.
Just watching this back, Azapatos almost beating out all 3 players. That's the control out of a high-level player like him, but 5 stars. Great follow-up to keep it going and putting a 2-goal lead for San Diego. Now with a minute and a half left, this is surely looking favored for them.
1 more goal might put it away. We'll see if the Spartans can maybe find just an inch closer. 90 seconds, still plenty of time in Rocket League as Azapatos has it near midfield. Going to get another touch on it. Fantastic ball control. LinkedIn not quite able to get it anywhere. Great pass for 5 stars over to Azapatos. Looking to maybe put this game away. He's just going to style on him, but he can't quite get the ball to move forward enough. It's up to Sean B. He's got a wide open net potentially, and he gets it in.
I mean, Sean B, he gets the goal, but you got to look at what Azapatos is doing. He's lead charging the demos here, making sure LinkedIn can't do anything. Making sure his teammate can just walk that one in. Potentially a dagger here with a minute left. San Jose, they need to pick up the pace if they want to try to have a chance at overtime.
Well, that might be a good start. Azapatos with a great save. LinkedIn with the follow-up. Another fantastic save from Azapatos. And that was really something the Spartans needed. Big demolition there. And that's going to get ball control over to the Aztecs. Great little fake there from Azapatos. He'll take the shot. And right now, all the Aztecs need to do is kill the last 40 seconds.
I think this is what they're going to be doing best all series. They're going to be able to buy time, get that lead, and just make sure they go to the next. 4-1 here in game one. And with 30 seconds left, San Diego are looking strong as the favorites.
Sean B going to take a big rip on it. Simple Shark going to get a touch. The time is unfortunately running out for San Jose State as LinkedIn gets a touch on it right now. You're trying to figure out what you can do for game number 2 potentially as LinkedIn does get a shot. Cayenne Wolf can't quite get it with 9 seconds left. They've just got to dribble out the clock to the Aztecs.
Oh, just a diving save out of Sean here, but with 2 seconds left, just got to make it touch the ground. Little fake there on the sidewall is going to lead San Diego State to game 1 win in this first best of 7 of the night.
A pair of goals from 5 stars and Sean B. Zapatos, though, as you said, maybe didn't show up on the scoreboard in the goal category, but made some fantastic plays. Had that great little shimmy on the goalie there in San Diego State after maybe an interesting start, Danner. The first 90 seconds were very hectic. The Aztecs settle in, and they prove why they are the #1 seed. The Idaho Air National Guard. What if you could pursue a college or your dream career while serving your country and getting amazing benefits? The Idaho Air National Guard, just 1 weekend a month, 8 months out of the year. You'll get tuition assistance, signing bonus, health care, zero-down home loans, high-tech job training, all while keeping your civilian life, jobs, and goals right here in Idaho. Whether you're studying, working, or building your future, the Guard enhances it all while giving you the leadership skills and lifelong connections. The Idaho Air National Guard is your pathway to education, career success, and purpose. And again, game number 1, Danner, quickly before we hop into game number 2, your thoughts?
Honestly, that's what you expect. San Diego State, they're coming in #1, and they played about as I expected. They're going to be strong. They're going to be offensive heavy. They're going to make sure that they can put their opponent on the back end pretty much the whole game.
And what do you want to see from San Jose State? They started out strong. It was 1-1 for the first 90 seconds, and then they just couldn't contain the Aztecs offense.
I think that if they can keep up that endurance that they showed early in that game, continue it through the whole 5 minutes, because it's only 5 minutes at a time, you got to make sure that you can keep up that solid defense early. You can't just let yourselves get 1 goal. You got to make sure you can keep getting more, trying to equalize as much as possible. But right now, a quick one, maybe even for LinkedIn. It's saved up by Sean, but that's offense for San Jose early.
Forced the double commit as well, not quite able to punish those. Cayenne Wolf trying to get the ball over to Simple Shark, kind of bounces around a couple of players for Zapatos. Of course, is there, going to get a great dribble spin move around him, but Cayenne Wolf, great defensive effort. Sean B up above the net. LinkedIn Victim does a great job denying that one, and Simple Shark, he'll get demoed, but he'll clear it away.
Cleared away and almost an open net opportunity. 5 Stars able to take this one out, grabs the corner boost. Now from the corner, quick control taken away from Cayenne Wolf. And now into the hands of Sean B to the backboard. Maybe trying to get a double off of this one. LinkedIn able to take it away. Now Cayenne able to grab that corner boost. Should be able to follow up off of this touch, but Zapatos is just better there with the 50. Taking it into the corner and keeping San Diego on the offensive, looking for their first goal.
Simple Shark, great little touch there. Sean B just dribbles it around him. LinkedIn, though, able to get 1 touch on it. Can he find a second? Oh, it just bounces right past Cayenne Wolf. The Spartans might have needed that one, but Simple Shark, he's got a second chance. Going to dribble it up. Can he get it over Zapatos? Yes, he can, but the post is there. LinkedIn Victim, one more try to Cayenne Wolf, but it's too high. Does Simple Shark have something? No, he does not.
This is what we want to see out of San Jose. They are firing on all cylinders here in game 2, and Cayenne Wolf is going to be able to start it off for San Jose State, getting the lead here.
San Diego State, they just couldn't clear that away. I think this is shot number 4 on goal for San Jose State. Cayenne Wolf pushes it over Sean B, and they find themselves in the lead. But the big question is, can they maintain it? Game 2 here of our first semifinal. The Aztecs lead 1-0. Sean B trying to get that goal back, pops it up. Cayenne Wolf going to retreat. Simple Shark with 1 touch over to LinkedIn, and that's a great defensive clear for the Spartans.
Absolutely. Now Zapatos into the air. 5 Stars, maybe a 3-man play. Sean B with a shot. Not quite the follow-up, and a great save out of Cayenne Wolf to the backboard now. Zapatos trying to keep it close and trying to bait out all of these defenders. Sean B looking for the double tap to the bottom right corner. He's going to equalize pretty quick.
Great job here by Sean. As you're going to see, just follows the ball 1, 2, and 3. Just muscles it in. And just like that, we find ourselves in another 1-1 game. Last time the Aztecs rattled off 3 straight. Can the Spartans slow them down? Big demolition going to go in onto LinkedIn. Cayenne, though, clears that one away. Buys them enough time to respawn as the Aztecs take control of the ball.
They control the ball, but San Jose already on the offensive again. Zapatos just making a cut touch, making it awkward for the defense. Now left for LinkedIn in the midfield. It's got to get a quick follow-up here, but San Jose, they're looking a little low on boost here. This could be dangerous for them on the defensive end. Now under 3 minutes left of this game 2, and no lead anymore for anybody.
Sean B already has 1 goal this game. Going to try and play it around Cayenne. He does just that. Bumps the guy out of the way as well. And 5 Stars muscles it in for the lead.
I think that's the definition of muscles it in. 5 Stars is just head on with LinkedIn, but the momentum just swinging in the favor of San Diego State as they regain a lead. And now approaching halfway onto the next kickoff here. Will San Diego continue this?
Patos looking to add another one. Has a great chance here off the backboard. 5 Stars waiting. Ball goes under him though, and Sean B, last line of defense, just slows it down enough. Simple Shark going to rip a shot. Patos is there. Ooh, weird double commit there from San Jose State. Neither of them touched the ball until just now as Cayenne Wolf denies off the Patos dribble. Sean B with the shot turned away, but it's still dangerously on the Spartan side.
It is dangerous, but Simple Shark able to get a good clear. Except 5 Stars able to control it into the corner now. Kind of a double commit there. Some miscoordination out of the side of San Diego. Not something we're used to seeing right now. But Cayenne trying to keep the battle alive for San Jose here. The Spartans looking for an equalizer, something they couldn't quite get in the first game. Maybe they'll get it here.
Sean B, chance for the Aztecs to pull away. LinkedIn going to get a great touch on it though. Cayenne Wolf is there. Great defense by Sean B, but Cayenne Wolf still going. Dribbles it past a couple over into the corner. Sean B racing up, going to try and deny any rebound chance. He'll do just that near midfield. Gets it around 1. LinkedIn, last one standing. Great little side touch there as Cayenne Wolf just gets it back to midfield, slows the game down.
Slows the game down. San Jose, I like what they're doing here. They're following up on their shots really quickly. Simple Shark, the only one though with boost. They've got to continue this. Sean B now into the midfield to the hands of Cayenne Wolf. 5 Stars trying to read it, but doesn't get it to the backboard now. Azapatos needs to make an awkward read, maybe an opportunity. No, Sean B able to clear it out, and Azapatos making sure to get an extra couple of touches to keep San Jose from scoring just a tiny bit longer.
Well, they tried to pinch it there, but it was perfectly defended. Azapatos can't get a touch on it. The 5 Stars is there. This Aztec defense looking really strong right now. Big demo, maybe a chance, but they don't have ball control. Sean B going to overdrive that one. 60 seconds left, and the Spartans need an equalizer. Cayenne Wolf with a fancy little 360, but what's it going to show for them? They've got 2 members racing in.
Oh, what a save! Sean B diving. I don't think he even had the intention of saving that. He might have just been falling from the backboard, able to keep San Diego in the lead now. Pop up for Simple Shark. 5 Stars has to reach this. Sends it to Azapatos in the corner, just waiting for that ball. Cayenne with an initial 50. LinkedIn needs to get it to a teammate. Flipper set on the ball to the backboard. Maybe a follow-up out of Simple Shark, and it's going to roll in for an equalizer with only 24 seconds remaining.
Great job here by LinkedIn to set this one up, and Simple Shark just sneaks it around Azapatos. As you mentioned, Danner, we are now tied. 24 seconds left in game number 2 of our first Mountain West Rocket League semifinal of the night. Can somebody find a goal? Here's LinkedIn, gonna get taken down. That net's open! But Simple Shark with a great save.
Great save and a mistouch there. Cayenne with a full ticket boost, able to play around a couple of 50s. Now, just has to be safe here. LinkedIn able to get one. They just have to keep this away from their net. 8 seconds and counting. They need to get this ball away from them. Sean B with a quick shot on. It's going to be high. LinkedIn with in the net. No boost. Looking for the double tap from Azapatos and saved out. And we have game 2 overtime here in our first semifinals of this championship.
Next goal wins, and we'll play till somebody scores. And that might be quick as LinkedIn with a huge rip off the kickoff. Cayenne Wolf is there as well. The Spartans want to strike quick, but Sean B with some excellent defense. Simple Shark stolen away, and it's right near midfield.
Maybe a 2-man passing play here. LinkedIn, not just, he was a little too far pushed out of the net there. That corner wide open for 5 Stars to snipe that ball. And now give San Diego a 2-game lead in this best of 7.
And we got what we wanted out of the Spartans until overtime. They survived that last 15 seconds. That was hectic shots just being ripped on their goal. But at the end of the day, Danner, once again, it's San Diego State, and it's 5 Stars and Sean B who are delivering.
I mean, they're the ones putting in goals, but Azapatos is assisting them every step of the way. And right now, for San Jose, it's one step at a time. First game, it was getting a feel for the team. The second game, it was holding them at their own pace up until overtime. And now the third game, maybe this is where they make their stand and get a game.
Well, they're running out of time to make their stand. We've got a packed house here. Again, it is the Mountain West Rocket League Championships. We've got a semifinal right now between San Diego State and San Jose State. Boise State and Grand Canyon are on deck in semifinal number 2. But who is going to be the first team to punch their ticket to the Mountain West Championships in Rocket League? Will it be the Aztecs, undefeated, up 2-0 right now, or will it be the Spartans, who, as Danner said, first game they felt them out. Second game they slowed them down to overtime. Now you need to find something. It is a best of 7, so you do have some wiggle room, Danner, but not a lot.
Yeah, unlike regular season, this isn't match point. This isn't you lose, you go home. You lose here, and you get one last life. Quadruple match point if you lose this, but regardless, I don't think San Jose, I don't think that's a thought in their mind right now. I think that they are looking pretty good here, and I think what they've been doing, I think the improvements that they made even between Game 1 and Game 2 was enough. Now it's just a matter of continuing that, making sure the stamina and the endurance is there, and a quick demo might just lead them to it.
LinkedIn going to get that one. Kickoffs for San Diego State have all been the same. It's 5 stars with a quick demo, but this time it's San Jose State is able to make something of it. 5 stars gets a touch right off the ceiling. Simple Shark with a great save.
Diane Wolf only getting 1 touch, needs to follow up on his own. The Simple Shark is going to be the one to do that instead. Into the corner now is going to be Cayenne Wolf. Sean just waiting there, didn't even move. Just waiting for that ball to come right back to him. He knew what it was going to happen. Now Zapato stopping that one in the midfield, making sure San Diego stays on offense, trying to get the first goal unlike last game.
Zapatos gets it around 1, gets it around 2, back around from a third. But it's Simple Shark. Can he get a little bit of a boost, maybe get around Sean B? Sean B has been in great positions all game. Big demo going to come out here onto Cayenne Wolf, so the Spartans going to be forced to retreat a little bit, wait for that respawn. It's 5 stars, great disruption. Simple Shark down to the corner. Zapatos kind of gets caught on the back foot, but he still gets control.
Great control, high-level play here. Early flipper set pop, and try to pass it to Sean B. This one ringing off the sidewall. 5 stars trying to put a shot on that. Saved out by Cayenne Wolf, and a follow-up is going to be from Sean B into the corner now. They're just trying to play out touches, and Zapatos looking for a quick little double tap. It is going to be just high.
Simple Shark can't quite get it around. 5 stars though. It's Sean B's turn to play it into the corner. LinkedIn is there, but Zapatos waiting, and the Aztecs attack will continue. There's a great defense there from Simple Shark, but actually shoots it right towards the net. Cayenne can't get there. 5 stars with the touch. The Simple Shark turns it away, but it's not done yet for San Diego State. Zapatos, can he get one more touch on it? Nice save.
Great save. Still trying to style here in the semifinals of the Mountain West Championship. He's not letting up at all. Another demo comes out on the side of 5 stars. And now a demo reciprocated from Simple Shark, and a quick 50 out of LinkedIn will keep San Jose on the offensive now. Someone's got to be up quick for this one. Instead, it's going to be Zapatos taking it all the way to the other end of the field.
Good job by LinkedIn. Does get it away. Zapatos is going to be demoed there. That'll slow down San Diego State's attack just a little bit. Sean B over to the corner. 5 stars is there. Those two have scored a majority of the Aztecs' goals. They might get another one here. Double commit from LinkedIn and Simple Shark. But
it's not saved!
No, but it doesn't matter. Oh.
I thought that was going to be the saving grace for San Jose, getting saved by his own teammate. 5 stars sticking that one away. But Zapatos is going to be able to steal that goal away from his own teammate just as fast. And regardless, San Diego is going to get the first lead here, but it almost took half the game to get here.
You mentioned it. The game has slowed down a lot ever since that first game. San Jose State's done a great job defensively, but they need some offense here. Zapatos going to get it just around the Simple Shark. Can he get it around Cayenne?
Do it all the way.
Lead. Oh, he was just off target.
I almost thought he was going to take it all the way, starting it off with the Musty. But now LinkedIn getting it around 1, maybe 2. And a follow-up out of Cayenne isn't going to be there. Now Zapato sending that one high and forcing San Jose to be pushed back onto the defensive end once again into this match.
Oh, Cayenne can't quite get to that ball. Able to corral for just a moment. This is again going to be a contested touch there. Shooting it over to the corner. Zapatos and Sean B both there as well. Zapatos almost gets kind of driven off the ball by his own teammate there as Cayenne and LinkedIn looking to start to rally something here, but the ball has just been on this San Jose State side a majority of the game. They're looking for one more. Demos are flying. Sean B going to pop it up above the net. 5 stars racing in, a pass back to Zapato. Tries to corral it for a shot, but it's turned away, and the Spartans hold on.
Great demo there, but right now, San Jose need more than just a demo. They need to match the pace of San Diego here. They're the ones getting beat out, and now to the backboard. Looking for the double tap out of LinkedIn is going to be set to the corner for Simple Shark with just a few touches. Trying to get one on target, but saved out by Azapatos. And now trying to read this ball, maybe to a teammate. Actually, that's a great play, and now shot on target. Saved out by 5 stars from the backboard. Now quickly challenged. San Jose, they need to try to get this equalizer now as they're approaching a minute left until they're potentially on match point.
As you said, game 3 of the Mountain West semifinals. San Diego State with just that 1-goal lead here with 60 seconds left. LinkedIn gonna go racing down. 5 stars, does a great job to contest it. Sean B is there, but he can't contain it. Could be a great chance for San Jose State, but Azapatos is there once again. Gonna get around Simple Shark and just start to kill some time.
Start to kill some time and potentially add another to the score line. LinkedIn able to keep that one out with the follow-up 50. Making sure 5 stars can't do anything else for a couple of seconds. Trying to contest that. Kyan Wolf with a long shot downfield. And Azapatos backboard looking for the psycho. It's a little bit of boomer ball right now, but with 30 seconds left, Kyan needs to get something going, but with no boost, can't. Has to leave it for Simple Shark. With a little bit of an off touch and a follow-up 50, this still could be a very good opportunity if they can keep this out of the hands of that man right there, Azapatos.
Well, there it is. Kyan Wolf gets 1. Simple Shark gonna get the second. Gets a great bounce, but not quite enough. 8 seconds left. The Spartans have to full commit here. Azapatos looking to put this one away. Gets it stolen away near midfield. Ball bouncing. It can't touch the ground if the Spartans want to stay alive. Simple Shark does just that. Gets 1 touch. This could be it. LinkedIn's going to go up for it. Azapatos turns it away.
On the goal line.
Oh. I mean, you mentioned it, Danner. You called out. You can't give him the ball, and Azapatos makes the save of the series and puts San Diego State on match point.
Match point here, but nothing to scoff at. That one was the closest game yet. Only 1 goal scored and almost an equalizer at the end.
Big shout out to ICCU for their continued support of Boise State Esports. Thanks to ICCU, Boise State Esports has won multiple national championships, piled up more than 1,500 wins. ICCU looking after your daily balance. Visit ICCU.com. Broncos hoping to add to that win total later on as they're going to see who they might meet in the Mountain West Championships. It is San Diego State on match point, the undefeated 10-0 Aztecs looking to make that record perfect. San Jose State, they're going to need a miracle dinner. They've done everything but pick up a win. They've slowed them down. They've held them to 1 goal, but they have yet to find the elusive win that you need the most at match point.
And right now it's all up to the scoring for San Jose State. The Spartans need to find a way to break through that defense of San Diego and make sure that they can get some sort of goals, equalizers, leads, anything that could lead them to a win and continue their lives in this series.
Azapatos, Sean B, and 5 stars 5 minutes away from punching their ticket to the Mountain West Conference Championships. We'll see if Kyan Wolf, Simple Shark, and LinkedIn Victim can force us to a game number 5 in this best of 7. Off the kickoff, it's 5 stars once again, getting another demo. They've done that almost every single time, but this time Azapatos can't quite control it. LinkedIn Victim does get 1 touch. Simple Shark going to go up on the wall, gets it around 1. Sean B is there, and the Aztecs defense stout as always.
This one getting away, but a great follow-up out of Sean B. Just having to use all of his boost to stay with that ball. Now into the corner for Azapatos. Gets that boost stolen away from him, and now he's awkward. He's bumped out of it. This could be an opportunity for San Jose if they could keep going with it, but a couple of bumps come out, and this might be San Diego's keeping with it. Double tap out of Azapatos would be the first one.
Big-time players make big-time plays at big-time games, and what a way to start it for Azapatos. We highlighted him in the intro. A great touchdown, giving the Aztecs their first lead of the game. And again, this is match point in our best of 7 series with a chance at a conference title berth on the line. We'll see what the Spartans can do. Last time they held them scoreless besides the first goal, but they couldn't find one of their own. And Simple Shark gets the ball. Kyan Wolf right behind him. Oh, 5 stars can't clear it away. LinkedIn Victim maybe has a chance. It's rattling around. But the Spartans just run out of offense.
That's what they need to not have happen. This is where they get in these games. They get so close to success, but it gets so close to the goal, but it gets taken away from them. Simple Shark not able to do too much there. Kyan Wolf just having to take the slow touches there to the backboard, trying to beat out Sean B, but this one just floating in front of that, but no one there quite fast enough to follow up. And a good demo out of Simple Shark might be able to open up an opportunity, but still, they're running out of boost, and they're running out of opportunities here. Almost 2 minutes into this game, and still trailing.
Are going to lose a member here. His 5-star is going to keep it alive. LinkedIn victim. Great little touch there, but Azapatos flies in. Not enough for a save, and it's 2-0.
2-0 just off of an unfortunate miss there. LinkedIn, he's been doing pretty good with his follow-up flips on the ball, but that one unfortunately missing. Azapatos capitalizing on that missed opportunity in split second time, putting San Diego up 2-0. Already more goals than they had in the third game, but now maybe an opportunity for San Jose here if they get a couple of whiffs like this.
So there's no follow-up. Sean B is going to carry it down. Simple Shark does enough to turn it away. There's that man again. Azapatos centers it up, but no teammate there to capitalize. Cayenne Wolf can't quite get it over 5 stars. This was when the Aztecs have been so good. They keep the ball on their side, and it's a hat trick for Azapatos.
He does it again. He reads the ball perfectly, gets a double tap here, close post, just reading off the waterfall, and he's going to be able to put a third goal on the board. I think they told him to kind of wake up and get ready for this final game, send him to the championship.
Talked about him, and he has delivered 3 goals. San Diego State finds themselves up 3 with 3 minutes left. We'll see what the Spartans have in store, though. They haven't bowed out quickly yet. As Simple Shark will make a great stop. LinkedIn victim now. Going to try and carry this one over midfield. Maybe has a chance at a goal, but Azapatos once again, the one-man wrecking crew this game, shuts it down. Simple Shark off the backboard. LinkedIn victim is there, but it's just going to go wide.
Just wide. This isn't what they want. Maybe a quick man passing play, but 5 stars is given the opportunity to clear it out. Now pinched down to the side wall, leaving it for Cayenne Wolf to clear it to the corner. San Diego not letting up their pressure, not letting up the opportunities given to them. They want to make sure they can continue this lead just as much as possible. They don't want to give San Jose the glory of even a chance at a reverse sweep. They want to keep them out of this, and they want to send themselves all the way to the finals now. Quick D out of Simple Shark. LinkedIn victim just getting beat out by Azapatos there in the midfield.
Cayenne Wolf, great defensive play. San Jose State needs some of that, and they need some offense as well. As Azapatos, give him another one, make it 4 in game 4.
I got to watch back what happened here. It was 5 stars lurking in the net. Simple Shark not enough boost to follow up on the touch, and Cayenne Wolf just gets bullied out of the net for a 4th goal for San Diego State.
The Aztecs have realized they don't want to play any more games. They want to get that spot in the Mountain West Championship and be able to just chill. Up 4 with just under 2 to play. Great rip by Simple Shark, though. The comeback needs a goal to start, but they're not able to find it. Azapatos with another fantastic save. He's been all over the place in this game 4. Cayenne Wolf going to steal away from him, though. Maybe give a chance for the Spartans. But unfortunately, 5 stars is there. Simple Shark puts it towards the middle. LinkedIn.
That's a great shot.
Gets it back in it.
Great shot here, and this is what they need, but right now we have the same exact scoreline of game 1. That 4-1 deficit hasn't treated them nice before, but with a minute and a half left, 3 goals needed. Plenty of time to do so, but you need to be able to replicate that 3 more times.
Sean B gonna have it, but LinkedIn, maybe a chance here. Gonna look to send it over to Cayenne Wolf.
There's almost one.
Shot goes wide. Simple Shark not able to keep it up. Cayenne Wolf, one more try. Time, your biggest enemy right now here. If you're San Jose State looking for the comeback, as they chase the post again, another mortal enemy of any comeback.
Cayenne, pass out. Simple Shark, shot on target, saved out by 5 stars. Now even just a follow-up into the midfield. LinkedIn in an awkward position. Now it's up to him to save it out and keep it to the hands of San Jose. Left in the midfield and in an awkward position for Simple Shark here. Has to do the best that he can to try to get an opportunity made. It's not going to happen. Sean B just trying to play the ball, take away time off the clock. Now less than a minute left from San Diego State securing their spot.
The Aztecs don't need another goal, but Azapatos might just add one for good measure. And he turned it on. That's his 5th of the day.
He is, I believe, 5 for 5 here.
Yep.
He is looking very good in this game. He's showing off why he is the one to look out for in the grand finals.
Unfortunately, I don't know if there's enough time for San Jose State, but they're going to give it their all here. Sean B going to corral this one. 30 seconds now left on the clock, separating San Diego State from a berth in that Mountain West Championship. Cayenne Wolf looking to make something happen, but it's going to be turned away. Simple Shark, one more chance here for the Spartans. They need a goal quickly if they want to have any chance of a hectic comeback. And Azapatos going to say not today, as he's going to kill plenty of clock.
Plenty of time now. 10 seconds left. 4 goals needed. Not quite the situation San Jose wanted to be in. They were so hopeful after those 3 games, getting closer and closer to a win. But unfortunately, it will elude them. And now San Diego State secure the first spot in the grand finals of this Mountain West Championship here tonight.
Number 1 seed does not disappoint. They're just waiting for the ball to touch the ground and maybe keep it alive one more time for some style points, as Cayenne Wolf will do just that again. As soon as it touches the ground, they can advance. And that they don't want that to happen. Finally, a demo turns it on. Azapatos, as we mentioned in the opener, absolutely came alive in this game. All 5 goals, and basically single-handedly, with apologies to 5 stars and John B., puts his team in the championship.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was expecting here. Azapatos, a shining star in that 4th game, but credit to 5 stars and Sean B in those other 3 games. They were the ones that led them to those wins.
And I mean, San Jose State, as we talked about, they put up a fight, right? Game 1, 4-1, okay, maybe we're going to get a blowout. Then we go to overtime, can't quite get the job done. Then they hold them to 1 goal, can't quite get the job done. San Diego State kind of won this series in every single way you could, right? Slow start, blow them out. Hold them close, finish it in overtime. They look like the complete package, Tanner, and they're the reason why they're 10-0 and have the number 1 seed.
Absolutely. This is just point case why they are here, why they are the number 1 seed, and why they are the first ones in that grand finals, now awaiting the results of the next semifinals we're about to witness.
Yeah, we've got a packed house, and they are packed for that second semifinal, as you mentioned, Tanner. It is going to be the number 2 Boise State Broncos at 9-1, taking on number 3 Grand Canyon University, who, again, newcomer to the Mountain West, put together a very solid season for Grand Canyon. The only 2 losses to San Diego State and Boise State. This one should be a ton of fun. And as we talked about now, if you're San Diego State, you could just get to sit back and chill and relax and kind of watch how this series plays out.
Yeah, that first series stress is off of your shoulders. You have the win. You're guaranteed top 2 here in the championship. Now you got to look towards who you're potentially playing next. You've beaten both of these teams, and you could beat them again. But right now, both Boise State and Grand Canyon are looking to upset that.
As we wait for this game to start, I believe we have the analyst desk here breaking down this first series. Let's toss it over to the studio.
Domination coming out from San Diego State.
Oh, complete and utter domination. But I do got to give credit where credit is due. San Jose did put up a good fight in the first few games. We saw it especially in the first little bit of that first game. Put it up really close at a 1-1. I thought it would be a lot closer than it ended up being, but overall, San Diego really proven why they are the number 1 seed going into this game.
And not from a lack of trying from San Jose. I do want to give them some effort. There was a lot of time where the ball was on San Diego's side, and they were making shot after attempt, but none of them really getting through as much as they would like to, especially in that game number 2. Overall, we got to commend them. It was a good effort, but San Diego, they are a team to be reckoned with.
Oh, yeah, and we were talking about it a little bit before we threw over, just the teamwork that was displayed by this team. Azapatos was pointed out earlier on in the pre-show. However, it wasn't just him making goals. It was every single member. You had 5 stars making plays. You had Sean B making plays. Every single player on the team was doing their part. They were playing to the best of their ability. It's what we expect out of these teams, the best of the best. They're number 1 for a reason. They haven't dropped a game for a reason, and they are just showing why they are at the top of the bracket tonight.
San Diego, a force to be reckoned with, to say the least. But we got to move on to our second semifinal, which brings together 2 programs that know each other very, very well, both on the field and behind the scenes. Number 2 seed, Boise State versus Grand Canyon University. They spent years pushing each other in the Mountain West, and tonight they meet again with a grand finals spot on the line.
Yeah, and for Boise State, the path into postseason came with just a single blemish. That narrow 2-3 loss to SDSU in the final week at 9-1. The Broncos have been one of the most efficient and disciplined teams in the league. They come with experience, structure, and a clear identity shaped over years of consistent success.
Yeah, and GCU at 6-2 bring a different kind of edge. The Lopes have been strong all season long, and their only loss coming to Boise State and San Diego State University. They've shown that outside of the Conference 2 Giants, they can handle anyone. And now they get a rematch of what they've been waiting for, a chance to flip the script in a best-of-7 with everything at stake.
Yeah, this is going to be the chance for every single one of the Broncos to prove themselves here tonight. And looking at the rosters, we just saw the Bronco roster. We got Durtho, we got Gill, we got Preston, we got Woozy, and of course we got Coach Peyton, the guy behind the scenes running the whole show. But then we also can't forget about the Antelopes players as well. We got Bean Boy, Corbin Pelchat, Nando Ferrando Campa, and Nightmare Rally, a name that is very familiar, Jordan Larson. And honestly, I can't wait to see this game. We got to see a lot out of GCU over the past few weeks, and overall I think that the Broncos are going to put up one really good fight, but the Lopes aren't going to go down with that one.
It makes it a fun match because I do remember during the regular season for the Mountain West where Grand Canyon was coming in undefeated before they finally lost their first season game to Boise State. Now, what gives this match a little extra meaning is the relationship between these programs themselves. Boise State's director, Doc Haskell, and GCU's director, Jay DeShong, are friends. They've built their teams alongside each other for years, trading ideas, competing for titles, and helping to raise the level of collegiate Rocket League across the conference. But when the match starts, friendships, it's out the window. It's in the background. Competition will take a front seat.
Yeah, and history does lean heavily towards Boise State. The all-time series between the Broncos and the Lopes in Rocket League sits at 8-2 in favor of Boise State. Yeah. And the last time GCU found a win in this rivalry was all the way back in June 2024, which in the grand scheme of things and in this rivalry in general, that's not too long a time ago.
Yeah, but a lot has changed since then, and tonight both teams get a chance to prove how far they've come. I mean, for the Broncos, this is something where it's familiar territory for them. They've been in the finals for Mountain West. They've owned this so many times, and now can Grand Canyon actually flip the script? Regular season says no, but you never know what's going to happen once we hit playoffs.
Yeah, but do you know what they're going to need to do? I mean,
what do they need?
Doc has been. They've been friends for a while, so they've probably been trading ideas. So maybe they just need to follow Doc's keys to the game.
Ooh, bringing it up at the right time. Doc's keys to the game brought to you by Blue Ribbon Painting. With over 90 years of combined experience, they are proud to be Boise's go-to team for local multi-generational painters who know how to level up your home. Visit blueribbonpainting.net. And you can see it right there in Rocket League. We need sweaty comms, skins equal wins, punish overcommits, and understand rotations.
Yeah, some things that our players have really shown to be very good at. I brought it up a little bit in the pre-show. The Broncos are incredibly good at the rotation. They know exactly when to go. They know when to stop. And that's going to be something that GCU is going to need to overcome if they hope to leap over this hurdle.
All right, well, that's going to do it for us over here at this desk. We want to take you over to the stage with Fish and Danner. Boys, take it away.
Thank you, and as they mentioned, the Lopes have a lot to overcome if they want to take down Boise State. One of those players they have to overcome, we talked about him a bunch in the pre-show, is Gabriel Reynolds Gill, one of the most decorated Bronco athletes of all time. And he's made an impact for the Broncos for several years.
Defeating UNLV on the iconic blue turf.
Mountain West champion. This means everything. This is everything we work for. And to come out here and accomplish it, you got to give credit to the team.
The championship momentum continued into Saturday with Boise State's Rocket League team defending their crown. Since the inception of Mountain West esports, no other school has won a Mountain West title. In the 2024 finals, the Broncos faced San Jose State in a best-of-7 series. With a standing room-only crowd packing the Boise State Esports Arena.
To the game, if you will, that every team needs to follow no matter what the circumstances in order to win. And so we are going to go to the Mountain West Championship.
Unable to travel, the SJSU squad had to participate from their facilities in San Jose.
Get back some side control for the Broncos. Gill with a block on a shot up. Woozy to body it in. Sneak it.
Play defense. Cayenne is able to block that ball and get it right back towards the corner. He's able to take advantage of the 100 boost for once.
The Broncos delivered a clean 4-0 sweep. 5th consecutive Rocket League title.
Boise State! Boise State!
Emiliano Flores, a junior, earned Player of the Game honors for his stellar performance, which included critical goals and flawless strategic play.
And we'll see if the Broncos can defend that chance. They first got to make it to the conference finals. Fish and Danner here calling all the action. It is Boise State. It is Grand Canyon here. It's a packed house, Danner.
They are excited
Yes.
to watch their Broncos.
And if you watch that video closely, all those names from last year, you're going to see them once again for Boise State. This is a tried and true team at 9-1. They were avenged for that only loss of the year to San Diego State, who's simply sitting and waiting in that conference final. Can the Broncos get it done against Grand Canyon? That is the question on everybody's mind, Danner. We just saw a 4-0. Before we hop into game number 1, you expect another sweep? Or do you think the Lopes can make the Broncos work for a repeat berth?
I think for the case of tonight, with a crowd at their feet, they have the advantage here tonight. I think Broncos are going to come away with another sweep.
Well, let's see as we hop right in. Game 1 already upon us. Players couldn't wait. They're 13 seconds in. We do see Nando going to do a great job for Grand Canyon. B-Boy there as well, going to hit it just above the net, but Preston able to push that one away. Woozy with a great demo. The Broncos defense holding strong, but they need a clear right now.
They do need to clear. They need to get on their own half, or the other half, I should say. Quick shot out of Woozy. That was going to go top right and in. Boise State are going to start off strong.
And we said it as you mentioned. Woozy, great shot here. Just gets it out of B-Boy. Over Nightmare Rally. And just like that, it's 1-0 Broncos. We'll see if they can mirror what San Diego State did, which was take control early and ride that momentum the rest of the series. As Woozy, once again, a great touch off the kickoff. Going to get around all three members of Grand Canyon. Put it in the middle, but Preston not going to be able to get there in time as it's turned away.
Now left in the midfield for Dirtho. Pass to Preston. Shot on is going to be saved out by Nightmare Rally. He redeems himself for that first shot, but now followed by a Woozy is going to be saved out by Nando. And Dirtho keeping this ball into that half of the field. Preston getting beat out there on the sidewall. Nando, great touch to try to follow up on it. Preston able to get one out towards Beanboy in the midfield. This one kind of just hovering, not able to do too much with it. Now Preston, potentially an open net, just wide.
And we get a nice little clear there from Nando, but Preston steals it back, centers it to Dirtho. Off the edge, not quite able to get it. Woozy there. We do see a demo onto Nightmare Rally, a nice 3-on-2 opportunity. Not able to capitalize. Right now the Lopes just haven't been able to clear it. Ball still hovering on their side. Finally, Nightmare Rally gonna hit it down. Nando racing in, can't quite get enough of a touch on it.
Trying to make an awkward touch there for the Broncos, but not gonna happen as Preston clears that one out into the corner. Dirtho, maybe a cut touch. Not going to happen, and now a little bit of a double pivot here, but it's still going to be well to the fair for the Broncos here. Woozy with a great clear out, a little bit of boost left in his tank to try to follow, maybe get some demos along the way. Now Preston to the sidewall, trying to beat out Beanboy. Is going to be able to get over one, maybe even two. Oh, not quite on target, but a follow by a Woozy, just going to ring up the crossbar.
Broncos got to retreat quickly. Dirtho there to maintain possession, going to steal it away. We do get a demo onto Preston in front of the net, but Woozy quickly denies any opportunity, and now maybe has a chance of his own. Nightmare Rally. Great save there. Another massive demo from Grand Canyon, and that could lead to a goal.
Off of a very well-timed demo there in the midfield, getting Dirtho off of the field. Nando just had to put it on target. And I don't think Preston, he just ran out of boost, not able to make it back in time. Now we have a tie game, 2:43 left.
Saw this in the first series before the Aztecs pulled away. Can the Broncos, the number 2 seed, mirror that as we see once again a great offensive start? Dirtho going to pass it all the way across the field. Preston is there, but Nando with a great touch on it. Stops that one, but Woozy once again getting a corral. It has Preston near midfield. Treated a little bit for a boost, and a shot going to be turned away.
Now into the corner now, into the hands of Dirtho, the man, the myth. Maybe a pass out to Woozy, just off the backboard. Now a follow-up on a Preston, not going to land. Woozy, little boost in his tank, has to play it low into the hands of Nightmare Rally. Dirtho trying to pop up around one. Double tap off the sidewall is going to go towards target, but Beanboy there to save.
Nightmare Rally has a great chance, but Woozy going to steal it away. The Broncos offense has been firing on all cylinders. They haven't found the back of the net, and just like that, Dirtho does it to give him the lead.
Great pressure here. Great 50 out of Woozy. Preston just there to cause chaos. And Beanboy
Not able to do anything else after that first 50. Nando stuck on the sidewall there. That is going to be a Boise State lead. Now under 2 minutes left of this first game. Looking for a Bronco win.
Boy, great touch here. Trying to get around one. Does just that. But Preston there for the fantastic save. Durtho now going to rip a long shot. Can he play the rebound? He can. But Woozy retreating. Not going to be able to go and follow that one up. Does get a touch over to Preston.
What a pass! Woo! Boise State synergy showing off once again. Pass from Woozy to Preston over all of them, ringing off the crossbar. Is going to put Boise State up one more.
3-1. Comfortable lead for Boise State. Can they hold on? Full commit on the kickoff. Going to go the Broncos' way once again. This ball has spent a ton of time on the Grand Canyon side of things. We are going to see Durtho right there trying to get it. I think that was Woozy, but he goes flying over. No, there is Woozy. That was Preston, excuse me. Nightmare Rally clears that one away. Demo goes out. Maybe a great chance for Grand Canyon.
Maybe. But the Boise State defense is locked down just like that. Woozy able to get a bump onto Nando. Now Preston out of the corner carrying it. Durtho has to go up early. So does Woozy. Might be counted as a double commit. And there's another one, but Preston able to keep it out. This one trailing towards the other post. Preston just has to chase this one down with the little boost that he has. Nightmare Rally keeping it alive for GCU here. This might be an opportunity. Saved out by Durtho once again. 1 minute remaining. This is getting tight.
Woozy can't quite clear it away. It's Nightmare Rally. One more chance. Durtho with a great touch. Ando racing back, and then Bean Boy going to be able to save that one. And now Bean Boy off the wall. Looking to maybe pinch that one, but gets away from him. Durtho and Nightmare Rally going to collide. The ball still goes over to the Boise State side. A couple of players whiff on it, so Nando gets a touch. Double demo goes out, but Preston able to clear that one away. Keep the Broncos net safe.
Keep it safe, and now Preston. Full control. Durtho trying to assist him on the way. Nightmare Rally sending it high, trying to beat out Woozy. This one rattling off the backboard. Now Nando not able to do much, but Woozy with an initial demo will create an opening, and Preston now getting another one, leaving GCU on the back end of this entire play. And Bean Boy with an amazing save, and now into the hands of Preston, but with 10 seconds left, this is surely looking for like a Boise State win.
Woozy couldn't quite add the exclamation mark, but as you said, Danner, this is going to be a Bronco win. As soon as we touch the ground, no 2-point shots in Rocket League, unfortunately for Grand Canyon. They're trying to keep it alive, build some momentum. Durtho and Preston company maybe want to add another goal, but it finally will touch. And Boise State will pick up game number 1 here in this packed house.
1 down, 3 to go. And you've considered yourself grand finalists once again, chasing that 5th ring, especially Gil. He's the one here that we're highlighting. He's the one that we want to see help contribute towards that win.
Yeah, should see him later on in the series, we've been told, so cannot wait to see what impact he can have. Absolutely fantastic. Get your degree on schedule that works for you. Boise State Extended Studies offers a variety of fully online courses and degrees to help you get your degree on schedule. Visit boisestate.edu/extended studies for more details. Game 2 around the corner, and outside the score, which was barely different, Danner. It felt like a repeat of what we saw against San Diego State and San Jose State, right? Locked at one early, then the favorite. This time Boise State starts to pull away. Do you expect game 2 to be closer like we saw, or do you think Boise State can maybe have a little bit more breathing room than the Aztecs did at times?
I think the Broncos are going to come out of the second game swinging. I think they're going to be the ones that are going to be keeping up the pace, if not picking up the pace, and they're going to try to get that first goal way sooner than last time.
For Grand Canyon, I know we're homers here, but still, what do they got to do?
I think they need to focus on their defense right now. There's a lot of times where they're getting taken off the field by demos and bumped out of the way, and it's just a lot of missed opportunities for them to try to get onto an offense. I mean, they've had opportunities, but they just cannot capitalize with the defense like this outside of Boise State.
And once again, they're on the back foot defensively.
Oh, no.
Well, as Woozy puts it in, and Boise State, like you said, Danner, comes out swinging.
They sure do. Durtho just being a menace. He backflips into the bump with the Nightmare Rally, and Woozy just follows it up into the bottom right corner, getting the lead early. 12 seconds in. I'd say that's pretty early.
You love to see that. See if they can add any more, or if Grand Canyon can find something. But as you said, Danner, it has been all Boise State's offense. They have maintained ball control as they have right now. But Nando with a bit of a clear. All 3 members of Grand Canyon come racing down, but it's Woozy with a great double touch, getting able to clear that one away. Durtho with a pass up. Can Woozy find his second of the game? No, he cannot. Nightmare Rally turns it away.
Turns it away, but leaves it for Durtho. Double tap! Saved out by Nightmare Rally. Now Preston has to chase this one. And with not a lot of boost in the side of GCU, they need to try to get something here. Nando with the initial 50 onto Woozy, being the benefactor of that one. Dirtho, full tank of boost now into the air. Controlled. Flip reset. Tries to get over one, but instead it's going to bounce onto the hood of his car. Maybe another goal. Not quite. Getting sent out by Grand Canyon University.
A chance they've had all game here for Grand Canyon. It's immediately turned away by Preston. Nightmare Rally can't quite get a touch on it. Bean Boy has a great opportunity here. A little bit of a triple tap. 3 Broncos there as a double kick that comes out. Nightmare Rally trying to punish. Woozy quickly denies any chance at a rebound shot. Bean Boy steals it away. Boise State gets the clear, and the demo goes on to Woozy.
To the backboard now, looking for a double is Nando. Into the hands of Dirtho, getting over one, but bumped out before he can follow up on his own touches. Now Woozy with a great touch into the corner now, beat up by Nando, doing a great job on the side of GCU, keeping them alive in this game, a minute and a half into it, and only one goal scored overall. Dirtho with an initial 50, but low boost all around is going to lead to Nightmare Rally securing the equalizer. But if anything about game one is going to be the same, it's going to be Boise State coming out on top. And right now they need that lead.
Let's see if we get overtime like we saw in the last series, as you mentioned. Knotted at 1, game 2 here of our second Mountain West semifinals in Rocket League. Nobody wants to touch the ball on the kickoff. Everybody was trying to play the rebound, and finally Dirtho will come racing up and get a touch on it as Preston and Nightmare Rally basically collide. Ball stalls out near midfield. Dirtho racing in. Shot on net, going to be turned away by Nando.
This one inched down. Nando making a good couple of 50s here. Bean Boy able to get a reset, keeping it awkward, but Preston with no boost isn't going to be able to do much. Dirtho just barely able to get a corner boost and keep the play alive there. Woozy towards the midfield, 50'd with Bean Boy, but no touch out of Dirtho. Shot out of Nando is going to be on target, but saved out by Preston. And now Dirtho lurking in the corner, not able to get a touch. And this one still rolling towards net. It's going to be in for Nightmare Rally. And Grand Canyon have their first lead of the series.
First time we've seen an extended offensive play, and Nightmare Rally just gets a nice little roll. Thought like maybe Nando touched it, but he didn't get credit for it. So the post was their friend. As you mentioned, Dana, their first lead of the series. We'll see if Boise State can answer. Preston off the kickoff, going to get a great touch onto it. Dirtho racing down, going to center it up. Woozy is there, shot in, and it's tied right away.
Tied right away, back to where Woozy scored the first goal of this game. That bottom right corner must be his friend or something. But regardless, tying it up really quickly. Boise State, they need to get the ball rolling a little quicker now. Approaching halfway through this game, they want a lead.
Preston going to get a touch off the kickoff. Nightmare Rally, though, is there. Nando, one touch. Woozy maybe gets bumped a little bit, but able to correct himself, get a touch on it. Bean Boy fighting Dirtho in the corner. Broncos trying to deny any offensive pressure here from Grand Canyon. They'll do just that.
Dirtho now steals that corner boost. An opportunity, but no, it's going to be taken away from Nightmare Rally. Actually falls onto the next 50 before Preston dives in on this one, and Dirtho sends it top ends! He's going to send that one to the upper deck and put Boise State in the lead.
It's a fantastic shot. As you mentioned, Dirtho just top of the net. All the goals for Boise State looking very similar so far. It's like they figured out where their sweet spots are. So we go to the kickoff here. Ball ends up right in Dirtho's lap. And he can't quite muscle it in. Nightmare Rally with a fantastic save to keep Grand Canyon in striking distance until Preston says, not going to happen.
This is just textbook plays out of them. Woozy not trying to make a decent 50 or a touch to a or to an opposing player. Instead, he redirects it to the midfield as a pass to Preston, and Boise State secure a 2-goal lead with 2 minutes remaining. I think they've found a flow state.
See if Grand Canyon can disrupt it. As you mentioned, 2 minutes left, trying not to fall down 2-0, and they maybe have a great chance here. Huge save by Dirtho. But we've got an offensive firework here as Nando puts it in.
GCU not letting up. They want to keep this fight alive, and a double tap here. Saved out by Dirtho. And an even better follow-up out of Nando. No boost on the side of Woozy or Preston to be able to try to save that goal. But a lead still in the hand of the Broncos. This could be good for them.
Off the kickoff. Dirtho maybe looking to get that insurance goal back. Not quite able to as Preston will take a shot. Here comes Woozy flying in. Going to be turned away by Bean Boy. Nightmare Rally not able to corral. Preston centers it up, but Grand Canyon able to get one touch on it. Gets it over Woozy, but Dirtho is there as they lob it back and forth. Nando ends up, so gets around one. It'll clear it out for now.
Woozy, no boost in his tank. Durtho in support. Gonna leave it for Preston, actually. Shot to the high part of the net. Gonna be saved out by Nightmare Rally. And maybe another pass to Preston. Saved out by Nando. And now Durtho trying to follow it up and keep it going. Woozy now, pot shot towards the left side, is gonna be saved out.
Boy, can't quite get to it. Able to maybe disrupt Durtho enough to slow down his charge. So Nightmare Rally will get the ball, gets around one. Woozy just gonna lob it back over the Grand Canyon side. Bean Boy and Nando do kind of double commit on it. Nightmare Rally gets one. Here comes Durtho, though, trying to build that insurance lead, but he can't quite do it with 60 seconds left. It's a one-score game, and Grand Canyon is trying to hold on.
Trying to hold on, but with the pressure like this, a shot by Preston! Sometimes it can be too much. And for Grand Canyon University, they give up that lead. And now with 2 goals, insurance is back for Boise State.
Didn't think that ball was going to drop down like that. And Grand Canyon, as you mentioned, now has a huge mountain to climb. Double demo off the kickoff. It'll allow Durtho get a touch on it as Woozy respawns right in front of him. Nando not quite able to get enough pressure in front of that ball, but it's bouncing in front of the net. Nando turned away by Preston. Fantastic save. Preston once again has it. 30 seconds left. Grand Canyon needs a pair of goals. Boise State trying to build on this lead as Durtho just turned away by Nando.
Shot by Woozy. Now into the corner. Going to get away from the hands of Nando. Bean Boy just sending it down long. Into the hands of Woozy here is going to be back and forth between the players. Durtho sending this one high. Bean Boy able to follow up on his touch from Nightmare Rally. But this might be an opportunity, a fake, not going to land. And now with 3 seconds left, 2 goals needed, it's not looking good for Grand Canyon as now Boise State put themselves up 2-0.
Got a little spicy there for a little bit of that mid-game. But Boise State, as you said, comes back. Massive performances from everybody. Packed house here. They want to see another Mountain West championship. But first, Boise State's got to win 2 more games, Danner. And it sounds like we might have one of the players we highlighted all in the pre-show, Gil, do believe from what we heard in our pregame meeting with the coach, should be coming in for Game 3. And he's been fantastic his whole career, and he'd love to add another Mountain West championship to it.
Absolutely. He wants to contribute to this tournament just as much as everyone else, and I think this next game is going to be the time to do it. See if he can't be the decider and make it not as close. I mean, that last one, 5-3 there.
Yep.
5-3 there at the end. Still close. Closer than what the Broncos want it to be, and maybe now putting in Gil, this could be the deciding factor to maybe give themselves a maybe a 4-goal lead.
Over 400 wins in his career at Boise State, 4 Mountain West championships. Would love to add a 5th one tonight. As we said, they've got to pick up 2 more wins in this best of 7. San Diego State, the number 1 seed at 10-0. The Aztecs waiting and watching. They 4-0'd San Jose State to start the night here in our Mountain West championships in Rocket League to clinch the first spot. We get ready to go here for Boise State. They've won 2. As you sort of mentioned, Danner, it's been a little dicey at times. What do you want to see from Boise State quickly?
I mean, I want to see Durtho try to be a menace on the other end of the field. That's how they got that first goal in the second game in 12 seconds. But instead, it's going to be Gil early and maybe even making it awkward for them just to follow up out of Durtho. We needed Gil, and he comes in clutch for the assist on the first goal.
And Durtho gets credit, but Gil basically even gets the bump on Bean Boy at the end. He did all the hard part. Durtho just put it in the back of the net. And once again, Boise State strikes quickly. It's 1-0, only 8 seconds in. Off the kickoff. They've been a little awkward at times as everybody kind of misses past it. Preston over to Durtho. Off the wall. Durtho one more time.
Oh. He lands it! Add it to the highlight reel. Durtho is cooking right now. 1 tap, 2, make it 3. And Boise State are going to go up early.
That's what you needed for Boise State. Don't even give Grand Canyon a chance to breathe. 2 goals in 16 seconds. They're looking at another one off the kickoff. They are going to lose Preston, however. But they do have the ball on the Grand Canyon side. Durtho looking to get it to Gil. Nice contest from Nightmare Rally. Is Nando going to clear it out? Still have not seen the ball on the Broncos side defensively. It's been all Boise State's offense. As Durtho going to get over to Gil, trying to look to get it past one. We see a demo off screen on to Bean Boy as Preston keeps the offensive hopes alive. Preston, Durtho right there, but Bean Boy with a fantastic save.
Fantastic save, but he's got to do a little bit more than that. It's still in the hands of Boise State. Now into the hands of Gil from the corner. Pass out to Preston, maybe looking for a bump. Instead, it's going to be saved out last second. Durtho has to dive on in, but gets bumped out of the way. GCU not allowing Boise State to add a 3rd goal to their scoreline right now.
Nightmare Rally finally gets the ball over to the orange side a minute into the game, and Durtho quickly going to say no to that. Bean Boy does get one touch on it near midfield. Durtho going to steal it away. A one-man wrecking crew. Is Gill going to kind of cause a diversion there? Nando goes up and gets it. But Grand Canyon is just playing defense this whole time.
That's what we want to see out of the Boise State Broncos. Now it's Gill facilitating that with the first touch, continuing to follow that into the hands of Nightmare Rally. Well, before he sends that one into the midfield for Preston to read, and now Durtho shot on, saved out by Bean Boy. I thought that was going to be another goal for Boise State.
Well, they're threatening right now. They still have control as Nando goes racing down. Preston going to steal away from him. Ball precariously in front of the net, but nobody able to make a play. Gill gets a touch on it. Durtho waiting, watching, trying to snipe that third goal of the game, but not quite able to as Preston near midfield barely lets the ball touch the Broncos side as Nando gets one on it, but Preston and Gill, they kind of hesitate, and that's going to lead to Nightmare Rally getting a goal.
That's not what you want to see. Hesitation on a defense is never the answer. No one knows who's going to quite go for that one, and Gill just has to make an impromptu jump with zero boost. And it leads to Nightmare Rally getting the first goal here for GCU, cutting that lead in half with 3 minutes left.
Boise State offense has slowed down. They've had plenty of chances, but only 2 goals to show for it as Gill looking to add one here. Gets a great touch on it, launches it over to the corner, going to disrupt Nando in the goal. Durtho not quite having the angle to take a shot. Now he's going to raise up, tries to get it around one, but Nightmare Rally with a great touch. Gill racing in, turned away by Nando.
Left into the corner for Preston. Now sidewall, double, trying to land. No contact. And now into the hands of Gill, taking it back to that same corner, just trying to keep it away from GCU. They're the ones pressing right now. They're the ones looking for an equalizer. But Preston, control touches into the hands of Nightmare Rally, and Nando able to get it clear out. Gill having to race back with zero boost, having to keep this one out of their net. Woo.
Huge save by Durtho. Now we'll see if Boise State can turn it around. It will be quickly launched back to the Broncos side. 2 minutes left here in game 2. Preston gets around Nightmare Rally. Gill gets a touch on it. Now Bean Boy has to retreat. Last line of defense, Nightmare Rally right there. Gill raises up, but Bean Boy gets just over him. Durtho with the rip. Can he get the follow-up? No, he cannot. Gill going to keep it alive for Boise State.
Keeping it alive. I like that touch he made. He's trying to rotate out, but instead he makes a touch on the ball, keeping it away from GCU defenders. Now trying to turn into offenders as he keeps that ball away from them. A puck shot on target is going to be saved out by Bean Boy into the corner. But Grand Canyon University, they need something here. They need a minute and a half, and maybe a demo is going to lead the way to it.
Boise State needs that insurance goal. Huge play down by Preston. It's in a great spot. Is Durtho going to rally? He's got Preston in front of the net. Gill right behind him. Massive clear from Nando and company. Launching it all the way back. Gill going to corral that one. Bean Boy just kind of overdrives it, loses control. Preston forces it past him. Nightmare Rally pops it up. Great chance for Nando. Couple of whiffs from everybody. And the ball bounces away.
Bounces away. Good couple of touches out of Preston. Gill needs to follow up on this one. Instead plays it low. Leaves it for Durtho. Great pop to the ceiling. Around Nightmare Rally. Still has to flip around, but it's going to get away from him. Bean Boy with a quick double tap, keeping it close. Gill to the ceiling, trying to get a follow-up onto it. Nando with zero boost isn't going to be able to do too much here as it floats for Durtho. And it's going to be a hat trick for him. 3-1. Boise State are in the lead once again.
Great start by Gill there. Sets it up for Durtho and just barely bounces in. 3-1 Boise State. 2-goal lead. Can they hold it here with 40 seconds left in game 3 to put themselves on match point? Nightmare Rally and company don't want to let that happen, but a great defensive play. Gill racing down now, looking for a goal of his own, and he's
gonna get it. Great play there, letting it bounce out. He's gonna take his time. He sees Nando, and he knows he can shoot that one far post. Given the opportunity, he will take it. Gill, the veteran on this roster, is going to be able to put Boise State up 4-1 with 30 seconds left. And now Preston able to land another one right off the kickoff.
Back-to-back daggers for Boise State. First from Gill, then from Preston. And that one might be all for Grand Canyon. They'll have some time to rally here, but 4 goals in 30 seconds, not a simple feat, especially against a team like Boise State. Is off the kickoff. Bean Boy and Nightmare Rally, they need to score quickly But Preston not going to have any of that, and every second that ticks by is precious and gets Boise State one step closer to match points. As Gill with a great save.
Great save, and now pot shot out of Dirtho on target, and Nightmare Rally not able to do too much there. But I got to note here, Gill able to get the playmaker accolade here. He's the one that has so many assists that he has been awarded that one from the game. He is a pinnacle player on this team, able to add so much to it.
Yeah, comes in off the bench, doesn't show any signs of being cold. Has set up a couple of great goals. You see there, 3 assists, a goal of his own. And with 6 seconds left, it's going to be Boise State on match point. They want the revenge against San Diego State. Why not one more for good measure? Call up the Brazil at 7-1.
Why not give us the Brazil? That's what we want to see. Boise State are looking hot and ready to go, going into the match point game of this best of series, only needing one more to send themselves to face San Diego State in the grand finals.
Time will tick down, only a formality at this point, as Boise State will pick up their 3rd straight win. And as you said, Danner, advance to match points. Gill comes in, and he sets up Dirtho, and the Boise State offense did not look back.
No, they did not look back. Instead, they're only looking forward. 1 game left until it's another sweep in their book. And for that, and this crowd, I'm sure, are happy to see that.
Yeah, this crowd, they're not happy with a semifinal win. They won a conference championship, and that's what Boise State is now 5 minutes away from in this best of 7 against Grand Canyon. They are up 3-0. We'll see what they can do. San Diego State, the only blemish on the Broncos Mountain West record this year, awaits the winner of this series in the conference championship. It looks like it might be Boise State, but the Broncos have to stay locked in. They cannot get ahead of themselves. You do not want to let a 3-game lead turn into a 3-1, and then a 3-2, and it starts to slip away.
And then the reverse sweep happens, and the underdog becomes the winner.
Yeah, you don't want any of that.
You really don't. You don't want that storyline to come out tonight, and I don't think Boise State is going to let that happen. They brought out Gill. They know what he can bring to the table. They already showed that in the last game. Like I said before, those first 2 games were pretty sketchy. Only 2 goal leads to finish it out. Now, Brazil in the 1 game they bring back. What do we got to say about that?
I mean, Gill comes in and they score 2 goals in 16 seconds. The offense is humming. Again, Gill, as we talked about in the pre-show, maybe has an argument for greatest Boise State Bronco ever on the athletic side. And he's looking to add 1 more win to the tally with over 400 already, as Dirtho and company, for the first time, start on the back foot. It's Grand Canyon off the kickoff with some momentum, but Preston quickly shuts the door. 10 seconds gone by, and Boise State hasn't scored. Maybe they're washed up, as Dirtho can't quite get to that one, and he gets demoed as well.
Double demo, actually. Beanboy getting 2 onto Gill and Dirtho. Preston now has to race for it with the little boost that he has, and Dirtho with the little bit that he has of a kickoff, able to get a little shot towards net, and Gill following it up on it. Nightmare Rally just has to get it out of the way. Preston follow up with no boost. Gonna try to keep this one going for Boise State. This one sent high, maybe for a Boise State player. Gill not able to reach it.
Nando, great touch there. Nightmare Rally is going to get the demo. Beanboy rips a shot. It's going to be wide as Preston is there, but Nando maintains control for Grand Canyon. Gets it around 1. Dirtho not going to have any of that, though. Plays it around him. Nightmare Rally ends up retreating right near midfield, giving Dirtho some extra space. Preston off the wall, gets it around 1. Has Gill racing in, and they get a demo in the air as well. But nothing can come of it shot-wise. Finally, Gill going to get 1 touch on it off the backboard, but cleared away.
One thing I'm already seeing out of Grand Canyon in this 4th game is the aggression. We've already seen so many more demos out of them early on. I mean, that's basically the only accolades they have. They have 3 demos and 2 saves on the board. They are trying to be as aggressive as possible, taking away those Boise State players. But you can see Dirtho trying to reciprocate that as they keep the offense going here. Stuck in the midfield, shot on net, saved out by Dirtho into the corner. Maybe a double tap out of him is going to land and not going to go anywhere with it.
Preston, nice touch there. Nando, enough to launch it all the way across the field. Gill is there, centers it up, but Preston gets the pass stolen away. Beanboy gonna come racing in. Can Dirtho do enough? Yes, he can. Nightmare Rally gonna be able to recenter it for Grand Canyon. This is maybe the best the Lopes offense has looked all series. They don't have a goal to show for it. It's Dirtho and company now with 3 minutes left, looking for their first goal of the game. Dirtho, 1 touch.
Flip reset! You give Dirtho the ball, it's always gonna be dangerous for him. Off the ceiling. Stretches for that flip reset and gets it over Beanboy for the first goal for the Broncos.
They needed that one. 3 minutes away from a date with San Diego State. They can't be thinking about that right now. It was off the kickoff. Gill going to corral it. Has it up high near the ceiling. Nando steals it away. The net is open, but Durtho racing in for a fantastic save.
Fantastic save, and now Bean Boy left in a very awkward position. Gill just trying to play it out with a little boost that he has. Able to make 2 great 50s and maybe even 3 before Durtho dives on in. And now Nando just trying to get it out for the GCU. They want to keep it away from these Bronco players. They don't want to let them continue their lead as they did in the last game. They want to try to keep it as close as possible. You give it to Preston, and it could go any which way possible. Good demo in the midfield, ball onto Durtho, and a quick shot out of Gill is going to be saved.
Couple of Grand Canyon players going to overcommit there. Durtho gets a touch, but Nando able to push it right over him. Preston now in the corner, gets it around 1. Nightmare Rally flying in to be able to keep this one alive. Gill has Durtho downfield, but Bean Boy with a great stop. And Nando able to clear this one away.
Playing it safe, Bean Boy trying to be a lead demo. Not going to land onto Preston. And now Gill forcing it out the 50s, and a very close save there out of Preston. Is going to be able to keep Boise State on the lead. Not on the up and up here in this game. Maybe a pass out to Durtho, not going to land. Gill having to follow up onto this one, keeping it alive here. Not a good touch out of Nightmare Rally to try to continue. It's just going to float for a little bit before Durtho capitalizes onto this one. Maybe even trying to get Boise State another opportunity on the net.
Gill going to retreat. Excellent save there to keep the Broncos lead intact. It's time to take it down. A big demo from Bean Boy. This could be a chance for Nightmare Rally. And it's 1-1.
This is the aggression I was just talking about moments ago. GCU, they are getting so demo heavy here. They don't want to lose this game, and with a demo onto Gill right there, it's going to open up the net and secure them the equalizer with 1.5 minutes left. This is definitely the closest game we've had yet in this series, but for right now, they're going to need more than just an equalizer.
Nando gets a touch on it. Preston right there trying to stop the bleeding and does just that. Is going to take on all 3 Grand Canyon players by himself. This could be a great chance for Gill, but the Lopes do a great job recovering. Nightmare Rally going to hit it backwards midfield. Preston is there. 60 seconds left in Game 4. Grand Canyon needs to win this game to extend the series. Boise State wants none of that as Durtho. 1 touch. Looking for a second. Bean Boy not going to allow it, and the Boys gets cleared.
Left for Gill. In the corner, into the hands of Nando. Great 50 initially. Now Preston to the sidewall. Will get beat up by Nightmare Rally, but a follow-up is good. Durtho is getting chased down by Nando. They know what he can do, and they're trying to keep it out of his hands. But instead, you still got to watch out for Gill, keeping it alive for Boise State. 30 seconds remaining, and now Durtho to the backboard, trying to read off the ceiling. Isn't going to happen, and now Preston actually able to grab that corner boost, able to get something, and a bump is going to be the start, and Gill with an initial 50. Durtho, backboard, looking for the double. Woo! It's going to land!
Only a matter of time. He leave Durtho unmarked, and Nando did all he could. And it's 2-1, Boise State. 16 seconds separating them and a berth in the Mountain West Conference Championship. Can Grand Canyon rally with barely any time left? It's Nightmare Rally over to Nando, back to Nightmare Rally! Oh. And just like that, it's tied again.
Quick passing plays, definitely the best we've seen out of Grand Canyon today. Great equalizer to keep them alive here. That's what they need. They don't want to get swept like San Jose did earlier. And with 11 seconds fighting for overtime, all we have left is but time.
Can the Grand Canyon or Boise State get one more shot before overtime? Preston going to clear it. Nightmare Rally going to bounce down, and just like that, anticlimactic. We go. Next goal wins. If it's Boise State, they're in the conference championship. It's Grand Canyon. We get a Game 5. Is off the kickoff. Gill, big demo onto Nando. Preston going to carry it down. Gill with 1 touch. You got to look out for Durtho if you're Grand Canyon, and they're going to be able to clear this one away as Durtho maybe recovers it. Looking for a second one off the wall, but he can't find it.
He was so close to sending Boise State to that conference championship. Now, back pass from Preston to Durtho into the corner, looking for the double tap, is not going to land. Gill was in support, but now he just has to wait as Nando is going to be able to catch this one and take it to his own corner, but with no boost, is not going to be able to do anything but wait for that following 50. But this one just falling down, almost a goal for Boise State.
Nando going to look for the clear. Boise State's had all the offensive pressure so far. Finally, Nightmare Rally and company get it down into the corner. Scary spot here. Big demo onto Preston, but the ball flies right over the net. Nightmare Rally trying to turn it around, gets it past Dirt though. Gil can't clear it, and Nightmare Rally on the hat trick's gonna win it.
Unfortunate 50 there at the close post. Dirt though, great initial, but Gil, no boost in the tank to be able to do much else with it. Gonna lead to Nightmare Rally getting the third, and actually all the goals for Grand Canyon here in this game to keep them alive in the series.
Yeah, Grand Canyon needed somebody to step up, and that's exactly what Nightmare Rally did. The hat trick forces Game 5, so we won't have back-to-back sweeps. Boise State still comfortably in command of this series at 3-1. At times look like they're going to pull it away, but Grand Canyon's defense finally shored up in game number 4.
Yes, this is what you want to see, and I think that aggression early on in the game set a tone that they continued to follow for the rest of that 5 minutes, and I think that really impacted Boise State.
See what Boise State can do. Again, it's a best of 7. You've got plenty of time. You've got Game 5. You've got Game 6, and fingers crossed if we don't get there, but you've got Game 7 as well. You're not trying to be in that position. It's Game 5. Again, San Diego State, this is just more time for the Aztecs to relax. They punched their ticket earlier tonight. And it's Boise State and Grand Canyon, game number 5. And as Danner said, we're looking for that early aggression for Grand Canyon. If Boise State can dodge that, they should be in a good spot.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that is well within the reach of Boise State to be able to dodge those demos and the aggression. I think that they can either reciprocate that or avoid it the best that they can and try to get an early goal like they have been doing.
Broncos have struck first in a majority of the games. Grand Canyon only held the lead for about 15 seconds, but they only needed it for 1 the last game. And we'll see what they have in store in game number 5. Off the kickoff, racing in. It's going to be Nando who gets a great touch. Preston forced to elevate and turn that one away quickly. Nightmare Rally keeps it around as 2 Boise State members kind of get lost there. Lots of double commits early for Boise State, but unfortunately for Grand Canyon, they don't have anything to show for it.
Nothing to show, and Dirtho able to keep it out into the hands of Preston now. Keeping it up, Musty on target. Saved out by Nightmare Rally. Gil trying to follow up. Great 50. Left into the air for Nando. Just for a long clear, though. And Preston, easy catch for him. Able to get around 1. Follow-up out of Dirtho is there. And it's going to waterfall down. No follow, but maybe it's going to be Gil's turn. And it is!
We saw it in game 3 with Gil. The offense humming. As this time it's Dirtho to Gil. Great shot down. Nobody left for Grand Canyon. Boise State strikes first. They've got to hold on to the lead for the next 4:21. Be able to push it to the conference championship. As there's the double demo, the aggression you were talking about, Danner. Can they find the back of the net? They cannot.
Not quick enough on the counterattack there. You get the double demo. That surely should lead to a goal. But with no follow-ups there, it's going to lead to, well, where we are now. Preston, ball in his hand, able to go to round 1. Dirtho in support. Just trying to make 50 is Gil trying to follow. Saved out by Bean Boy. And now Preston just getting it up around 1, leaving it for the sidewall. Actually to himself, trying to get around Nando, doesn't happen. And almost a double commit out of GCU, but still another shot towards net.
Gil and company now looking to push it down the field. But Nightmare Rally actually with a great little steal, trying to get it over to Nando. Should be able to corral that one off of Dirtho's hit. Gonna try and pinch it, doesn't quite get the velocity he needs to put that one in the back of the net. Dirtho racing in, Nightmare Rally and company doing a great job as here comes Gil, stolen away. Preston can at least push it over to the Grand Canyon side as Gil can't quite get the touch.
Can't quite get the touch. Bean Boy gets beat out of Dirtho, and everyone needs to race back right now before Bean Boy secures the equalizer here, tied now at 1-1.
Grand Canyon not gonna go down quietly. Overtime winner in game 4. They tie up game 5 with 3:17 to play. And Preston off the kickoff. Gonna end up right in Bean Boy's lap. He'll take it all the way down. But Preston has the touch on it. Gonna carry it. Can he get it over Nando?
Oh,
yes,
but he will!
Oh.
Sometimes you gotta do it all yourself.
Yeah.
Quick air dribble off your own net into a flip reset over Nando. Bean Boy can't reach for it in time. And you regain the lead.
So Boise State has done best all series. They have rarely let Grand Canyon stay tied or in the lead. Bean Boy off the kickoff gets one. There's a demo back from Boise State. Little counter aggression is Preston over to Dirtho, looking for the rebound.
Looking for the
One,
triple again.
2, 3. Doesn't have 4 though, and he can't quite find it.
He was looking to repeat from earlier in the series where he got that triple tap. I believe it was game 3, but not able to recreate. Still holding a lead. Boise State continuing to push the offense, push the precedent here in game 5. Not something I was expecting to say today.
Gill going to race over. Beanboy going to get it around him. Great chance here for Grand Canyon to maybe tie this one up, but Preston with excellent defensive play. Durtho going to get away from that. Nando gets it over Gill, but Durtho right there. Massive clear. Has Gill right below him, but Nightmare Rally able to correct that one and keep it away from the back of the net. Just over 2 minutes left as Gill puts it near midfield.
Puts it near midfield. Beanboy getting an early pop up. It's going to be just wide of Preston, and now Durtho should be able to follow up the 50 on Nando. Beanboy now 0 boost, able to grab that mid boost away from Gill. Pop up quick is going to be left, and Preston demoed left for Durtho to the backboard. He knows what he can do, but he can't quite land.
Nando, one touch, got Beanboy right below him. He'll peel off, and Durtho able to corral this one. Nightmare Rally, only one back. You see Nando racing, great save there by Nightmare Rally. That might have been an open net if he couldn't get the touch on it. Nando, double hit off the wall. Gill racing back, gonna grab the full boost as Preston is there. Gets it around 1, gets it around a 2nd. It's Beanboy last man in defense, and they'll do a great job of that.
You sure will. I like the fake there out of Preston, but Grand Canyon, they're trying to get around that ball. They're trying to make sure Boise State doesn't have the time on this ball to try to make plays, to try to make opportunities. And now being stuck on their own side, Beanboy with another demo onto Preston. Durtho has to be the first man to challenge this ball. Gets around him, and this one almost being dangerous. As now with a minute left, Grand Canyon are racing for this equalizer.
They've got to find it to keep their Mountain West dreams alive. Durtho and company need one more goal to feel nice and comfortable here. Nando going to make a great save. Preston flying in over to Durtho. Going to get a touch on it. Going to try and hit it off the ceiling. Got Gill right below, but Nightmare Rally is there. Gill keeps it alive. 40 seconds left. Preston wants one. Shot on goal. Ooh. Demo goes out. Here comes Durtho, but he can't correct it enough. And Grand Canyon holds on.
Holds on, but still Boise State on the offense. Gill now into the corner. 30 seconds remaining before they are finalists here in the Grand Championship here. And a shot by Preston! Should surely secure this, but with 23 seconds, we've seen what Grand Canyon can do.
Not out of the woods yet, but Boise State's got him feeling really nice. 3-1 lead, 23 seconds. Separate them and San Diego State from the rematch. The kickoff. Big demo on to Gill, Nightmare Rally Company. If they want to make a comeback, they need a goal right now, and Nando does it. 15 seconds.
I mean, 15 seconds is plenty of time. They just made it happen in about 8. Grand Canyon, they need to have what they've been having these past 2 games, and that is the aggression. The demos has been a critical factor in keeping them alive here. Now going on to the next kickoff. It's going to be a beat up by Nando on target, actually just slightly off. Durtho now just has to play time. Great control, full ticker boost, able to flip her set around 1. Nightmare Rally keeping it away. And Preston taking it all the way, maybe able to do it again. He's gonna do it at 2 seconds.
The hats fall, and that'll seal it for Boise State as Preston. Once again, sometimes you just gotta do it yourself, coast to coast. He gets the goal, and all but assuredly sends Boise State to the Mountain West Finals. Unless something crazy happens, and that will not be the case. One more demo for good measure, but it's Boise State. 4-1 winners, and they get their shot at revenge against San Diego State.
They sure do. Last time they played, it was a 2-3 loss just a few weeks ago. Now, in the grand finals here, all marbles, all of it for claiming glory. Got to try to get that trophy.
I mean, again, no offense and apologies to Grand Canyon and San Jose State, but this is the matchup you wanted, right? It's number 1 versus number 2, a combined 19-1 record. Their only loss is Boise State to San Diego State in a Game 5 thriller. For the championship, you want the 2 best teams, and that's exactly what we got in pretty dominant fashion. Yes, Boise State dropped a game, but outside of that, the offense was humming, and this should be an electric matchup in the grand finals.
Like how I predicted in the pre-show, I said potentially 7, the distance in this grand finals, and I'm just going to stick by that. I think these are the 2 best teams for a reason, and I think they're going to show why.
And a massive job by Gill comes in and picks up fantastic plays and sends Boise State to the grand finals. Get your degree on schedule that works for you. Boise State Extended Studies offers a variety of fully online courses and degrees to help you get your degree on schedule. Visit boisestate.edu/extended studies for more details. What a way to end your career for Gil, of course. One of the most decorated members, again, as we talked about it in the pre-show. 400 wins, 2022 All-American, 4 Mountain West titles, looking for a 5th. Comes in Game 3, absolutely sets the offense up with a huge 7-goal explosion and made massive plays in that Game 5. Massive reason why this 4-man roster for Boise State has a chance to defend the titles that he has earned.
Absolutely. And now he has a participation in the tournament. He has done the best he can. He secured the win here in the semifinals, now sending his 3 teammates to the finals to face SDSU.
We've got Boise State and SDSU, and we should have the analyst desk ready to go, break down everything that happened in that semifinal. It is a 4-1 win for Boise State over Grand Canyon. We'll see if the analyst desk is ready to go and tell us everything we need to know. All right, analysts, break it down for us. How did Boise State make it to the grand finals?
Welcome back to the desk. It's me, Eric, followed by Bryce, and I'm going to say, Fish, grow beard, man. You got to join us with the club. And fantastic matchup that we saw happen right there. Grand Canyon University trying their absolute best to get ahead. They still took a game off the Broncos, but ultimately the Broncos are going to be dominant.
Yeah, Broncos did dominate that match, and even the one they lost went into overtime. Incredibly close game. Overall, we couldn't have asked for a better series to move into our grand finals. Unfortunately, GCU will be going home, but it will not be due to a lack of effort. Both of these teams, what a game.
Yeah, and I do want to give credit where credit is due, right? Grand Canyon University, they were able to take a game off of San Diego earlier within the season, and now in the playoffs able to grab one against the Broncos. You know, it's that 3rd to 4th place area that you're going to finish, but that's still something where you can pat yourself on the back and said, at least we were able to hang at the end.
Yeah, we put up a fight. We got a win in the end, and overall, it really sets us up for the main event of tonight. It will be San Diego State versus Boise State in the grand finals. And overall, going back to the pregame show, I don't think my prediction has changed very much at all. I do think Boise State is still going to take this. They're showing up against GCU was, to put it lightly, incredible. I mean, going 7-1 in game 3 is wow.
Yeah, as we take a look at some of the highlights that we've had so far today, our semifinals matchup, definitely living up to the expectation is San Diego State, able to put on a pretty good clinic against San Jose State. But that really leads us to the main event of tonight. Everything in the Mountain West comes down to these two teams whose seasons have been circling each other from the very beginning, Bryce.
Yeah, San Diego State arrives unbeaten, a perfect 10-0, a team that never blinked, never stumbled, and never let anyone take control from them. Week after week, the Aztecs set the tone for the entire league, and their 3-2 win over Boise State in the regular season finale reminded everyone why they've sat at the top for 2 straight months. They don't just play with confidence, they play with an expectation that the series belongs to them.
But waiting on the other side is Boise State program. A Boise State program that has been here many, many times before. At 9-1, the Broncos have the resume, the history, and the postseason instinct that only comes from years of playing deep into championship weekends. Their lone loss, that razor-thin duel against San Diego State University. Ever since then, the Broncos have carried the feeling that story is not finished. Both teams were able to dominate their semifinals. Both look sharp. Both believe it's their moment. It's the undefeated favorite against the challengers with a score to settle. It's the Mountain West Championship, Boise State versus San Diego State, and it's time to find out who takes the crown.
And before we kick off the Mountain West Championship, let's meet the players who will decide it. For San Diego State, the undefeated Aztecs roll out with the trio that's carried them to 10 straight wins. Azapatos, the steady anchor who keeps every touch composed and deliberate. Sean B., the playmaker who brings creativity and flair and can break a game open. And of course, you can't forget the perfect 5 stars, the striker with the killer instinct, and the one who turns half chances into goals and momentum into control.
But across the field, the Broncos, they bring a lineup that is built on depth, chemistry, and big moment experience. Preston, the control piece, poised, steady, and always managing the tempo. Durtho, the powerhouse who can break a game open with sheer mechanical pressure. Woozy, the disruptor who reads and challenges and shapes the field in real time. And of course, Gil, the versatile spark who elevates the Broncos ceiling whenever he's in rotation. 4 players, 3 at a time, all capable of shifting the series on their own, which brings us to our final 6 players here in the Mountain West Finals. These are your starters for the Mountain West Rocket League Final. San Diego State versus Boise State, and it's time to crown the champion, Bryce.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, this is going to be a good game. Both of these teams are shaping up to be the best of the best. They've made it all the way here. They've both had some hiccups in the road. Boise State had a little bit bigger one with the one loss to San Diego State. However, honestly, that game could have gone either way. It fell on a razor's edge, and the coin flip ended up falling on the side of San Diego State. So, can Boise State run it back and potentially take back the crown?
I mean, this is where it gets so fun, man. And this is where I'm really excited about this whole thing, because we got a preview of this in the regular season, as you mentioned, that razor-thin matchup that we had between San Diego State University and Boise State University. Both of these teams have clear powerhouses that are fielding their rosters. Azapatos is definitely one we have to mention on San Diego's side. Dude puts up a clinic every time he's on the field. And the same thing can be said over for some of our members in Boise State, like Durtho.
Yeah, you got to hand it to Durtho. In the game they just played against GCU, every single time he was on the field, most accolades, most shots on goal, most demos, most saves, most goals. And overall, just showing why he is a really big presence in the lobby. But then again, you also can't forget about some of the other players. 5 stars, for instance, being that striker, getting in, getting tons of goals, being very, very mechanically skilled. And then also, we can't forget about Preston as well, doing the exact same thing.
And speaking of Preston, I mean, I had a conversation with Preston a little bit before this, and I pretty much asked the man, because at the end of the day, this is familiar territory for the Broncos. And I had to ask him, like, hey, this makes you the favorites. This makes you the king that people are looking to dethrone. How do you feel about that? Does that put any pressure onto you to perform and have to show up when you do make it to this finals? And you know what he said? No pressure at all. We've been here so many times. We've gone through this same exact road so many times that I'm not bothered. It's just going to be exhilarating if we win.
And you know what? Speaking of doing this a whole lot, you got to bring up Gil. This might just be his final game with the Broncos, looking to get a 5th ring, fill out the hand, fill out the gauntlet, as Danner pointed out a little bit earlier. And overall, he's shown up tonight. He's shown what he's able to do, and now he's got to work with the rest of the team one last time to put it away.
And then I want to bring that conversation back to Durtho one more time. Durtho was someone who we've had a post-game interview with. One of the things that he brought up, and this is on an article that we have on the Boise State Esports website, was about how going into this season, you are the favorites. You are a team that's dominating most of the league. How do you stay composed and make sure that it's going to be confidence all the way through, that it's not going to translate into arrogance and hubris, which could be your downfall right there? And he said he gives respect to every single team he faces. At the end of the day, if they're giving 110%, he has to give 120.
Yeah, and in the end, it all just comes down to who wants it more and who gets that practice in. And really, that hubris is going to be the killer of teams. Yep. We've seen it before, really good teams losing to teams that would statistically rank below them. And it all really just comes down to the mentality that you take into it. Are you taking it seriously? Are you trolling for content? And I say it like a joke, but it really does matter. Every single game needs to be taken seriously, and if you're not giving it at least 100%, it really shows. And these guys have come in and they've given it at least 110.
Yeah, and they're up against an incredible team. Again, San Diego State University, Azapatos is the one who stands out. He's a fantastic player, definitely a highlight reel maker, someone Danner hyped me up on. And speaking of Danner, I'm hearing our game is almost ready, so let's get it over to the casting desk with Fish and Danner.
Eric and Bryce, they previewed it perfectly. Fish and Danner here to crown a Mountain West champion. Will it be Boise State? Will it be San Diego State? The matchup we wanted. And it's time for, as they mentioned, revenge. I mean, really one single game, a 3-2 win for San Diego State separates these two teams. Both look dominant in the semifinals, Danner. What are you expecting in the grand finals?
I'm expecting I mean, like I said earlier, I'm expecting the distance, but on top of that, I'm just expecting the best Rocket League we're about to see all night. I think every match that we are about to see, whether it be a sweep or Game 7, is going to be highlight after highlight, and I don't think any of these games is going to be a blowout by any means.
Well, if you want to win a Mountain West Championship, if you're Boise State, there's one man you got to listen to, and that is Doc. It is time for his Keys to Game, brought to you by Blue Ribbon Painting. Set the play style. Respect the rule one. Haven't seen one tonight. Maybe we'll see one. Understand the rotations and sweaty comms. It's brought to you by Blue Ribbon Painting. With over 90 years of combined experience, they are proud to be Boise's go-to team of local, multi-generational painters who know how to level up your home. Visit blueribbonpainting.net. Game 1 of the Conference Championship, the Grand Finals in Mountain West Rocket League, is only moments away. San Diego State at 10-0. Oddly enough, Danner, maybe not the favorites because Boise State has been here so many times. We saw the video earlier in the broadcast. The Broncos were here last year taking down San Jose State with that man Gill leading the way. I think Game 1, those first 90 seconds, that's going to set the tone for who really comes in as the favorite. And we talked about it at the start. San Diego State sat and watched.
Yeah.
Boise State, they've got to come back fresh. Do you like being maybe a little more rested? Or do you like maybe, hey, the thumbs are still warm, we can hop in?
I mean, there's pros and cons to every single side of it, but I think for this crowd, I got to say, the most recent match is going to be the favorite. They are warm, they are ready, and they are showing why they want to keep their streak alive of Mountain West wins.
There's a packed house here. It's only going to get more and more exciting if those boys on the screen can deliver. Again, we are moments away. Boise State wants revenge. San Diego State wants to really just rock the boat in the Mountain West. As we've heard, Boise State has been there every year. They've won every year. I cannot wait to see what happens. We've had offensive shootouts. We've had goals in the first 8 to 10 seconds. I cannot wait, Danner, to see. And I think your prediction to go in the distance, as much as it might upset the crowd here, is probably going to be the right one. These teams just seem so closely matched. I would be shocked if we're at least not getting 6 or a 7th game.
Absolutely, and I think that's what everyone comes to see. They want to see the Broncos play their best in the best environment possible, and I think against a team like San Diego, it's the best competition that they could have had this entire time. So I think coming out on this, it's the best case scenario, and I think that overall it is going to be a highlight reel overall. Every match is going to be exciting. Everyone's going to be on the edge of their seats, and they're going to want to wait and see who wins.
Yeah, we had a pair of overtime games in the semifinals. I'm sure we'll get a couple more here. It's Azapato, Sean B., and 5 stars for San Diego State. It's Preston, Durtho, Woozy, and Gill for Boise State. Again, just ready to go here. We're anxious. I'm sure the players are anxious. They're having fun. They're staying loose, which maybe at a time like this, as we heard from Eric when he talked to Preston, right, we've been here before. There isn't that pressure. San Diego State maybe wasn't predicted to be here when the season started. You have to wonder if those nerves for the Aztecs are going to show in the first 20, 30 seconds of game number 1.
And that's the thing, though. Boise State, they have that experience. Just like Preston said, they have been in grand final scenarios since they formed as a team. This trio of players has not seen the face of failure very often in these grand final scenarios. And I think for them, this is just another walk in the park for them. I think they see in front of them a strong opponent, but they also see a trophy at the end of the tunnel. And I think that's what they're going to be reaching for.
Yeah, the trophy case is getting full. Running out of fingers for rings.
We had to make a new trophy case a couple weeks ago.
Exactly. And we don't want to stop, No. Nothing better than adding a second trophy case to the list to just keep stacking up those titles. Again, as we talked about, Gill looking to be the first Bronco ever to pit 5 conference championships on the finger. Absolutely incredible career for him. I know Durtho, Preston, and Woozy would love to help out that effort and add to their own, maybe challenge and maybe enter that company someday soon. As we see here, the players are ready to go. The field is nice and warm. We're just waiting for all 6 members to load in.
Yeah, and another thing, now that I'm thinking about it, all 4 of those players on the stage are undefeated in Mountain West Championships. Gill looking for his 5th, Durtho looking for his 4th, and Woozy and Preston both looking for their 3rd. This is what we're looking at. And there's that new trophy case filled to the brim with accomplishments throughout our years here at Boise State Esports, continuing to add on to it, and it's got plenty of room for more.
Yeah, you see the Mountain West ones up at the top there, absolutely decorated. As you said, I see a lot of space, Tanner. There's a lot more trophies we can add to that bunch, and the first one you can add is right here tonight. Again, it is the Mountain West Rocket League Conference Championships. San Diego State started the night with a 4-0 win over San Jose State. Boise State followed up. Sketchy, maybe a little harsh, but it got a little nervous there. But a 4-1 win over Grand Canyon. It is number 1 versus number 2. You couldn't ask for a better grand final. And they're just really building the anticipation.
I'm like, I want to get into this, but they're just making me wait, I guess.
They're not only masters of winning, they're masters of the performance, of the theater, if you will. Just, we're going to let this build a little bit longer. Let this kind of get ready to go. And I cannot wait to see what these teams have in store.
They know what's on the line here. They know what this season has been riding up to. They know everything about who they're playing. They know what they can do, what they can bring. I'm sure they were watching us a little bit, if not some of the game earlier today against San Jose State. They saw what they did. They saw what they can do. And they might have also taken some notes from San Jose on how they can stop San Diego. Because you know San Jose, in those first 3 games, were incrementing their comeback into that series.
Yeah, San Jose State capped that very close. We see some highlights of Boise State's win over Grand Canyon, and it looks like we might be ready to go. Boise State, San Diego State, a Mountain West championship is on the line. Who's going to get it done? Is game number 1 of this best of 7 is only moments away, Danner, as we load into the beautiful field, the Mountain West logo decorating the outside. Somebody's going to be a champion tonight and be feeling good. And somebody's going to have a goal for next season. I cannot wait. And the big thing to watch out for.
It's Durtho!
There it is! We don't need. They were waiting and they scored already!
This is what we've been here to see! It's Durtho getting the first one for Boise State!
How about that? You load in with a 1-0 lead for Boise State. It's off the kickoff. 5 Stars going to touch it over. Azapato wants to get it back right away, and Woozy says, not today. Sean B going to raise up. But Durtho there with a nice little touch, keeps it away from 5 Stars. Woozy rips a shot down. Azapato's going to keep an eye on that name. He is the Aztecs' backbone, and he turns it away.
Now 5 Stars from the corner. He sees Preston. He knows he has to play around him, but instead it's going to go into the hands of Durtho. Quick shot out of Azapatos. Into Woozy, able to grab a corner boost and stick with it. Actually, another touch over 1. Pass out to the mid is not going to go to Durtho. Instead, he opts to leave that for Preston for the follow-up 50. Now, a little bit of boost left for him into the midfield. 1 touchdown to Woozy! I wasn't sure he was going to be able to follow up on that.
You said Boise State had a strike early, and that's exactly what they've done. Durtho to Woozy behind Azapatos. And just like that, minute in, Boise State already up 2-0. See if they can keep that going. As Woozy's going to add another.
I think maybe playing that first series might have been not the best as they come out not as strong as we were hoping to see. San Diego now down 3 goals within the first 55 seconds.
Boise State strikes early off the kickoff. Sean B going to corral it, kind of loses it, backs down as Durtho steals it. Boise State wants to add to that goal total. Durtho, 5 Stars with a great stop there. Woozy can't quite get it around him, and now it's San Diego State's turn. Preston going to clear that one away.
Azapatos early clear into a carry on target. 52 with Woozy, great control there. Now Durtho just trying to keep it going. Has to play it low because he ran out of boost. Sean B in support with 5 Stars, trying to get it clear going, and almost a bump onto Woozy there, but great 50s all around. Sean B popping that one towards the backboard, but to a Preston with a full take of boost is going to be stopped pretty handily. And Durtho able to continue that push.
They do get a demo onto Woozy. That'll slow down Boise State just a little bit. He'll respawn before the Aztecs push the ball passes. Azapato rips a shot. Woozy off the respawn is right there. Sean B going to center it up for 5 Stars. That combination not quite on the same page like they were in the first series of the night as Woozy going to look to clear it down. 1 touch, 2 touch. Can he carry it over Azapato? No, he cannot. Ball rattles down into the corner. Sean B gets it stolen away by Preston. The Broncos are flying around. But as Azapato looking for the clear, Durtho going to say not today.
I think the key factor here is that Boise State are just the better players here in terms of 50s. They are making sure that they are winning every challenge on the ball, keeping pressure in favor of them. Preston able to get a midfield boost, trying to play it slow. Instead, it's going to go to the hands of Dirt, though. Popped high. Maybe looking for another triple tap instead. Just keeps it close. Pinch out to the midfield for Woozy. They're going to keep the pressure going, waste time, as they already have a very solid lead. All they need to do is keep San Diego from scoring.
Zapato looking for the back of the net. Woozy is there. Sean B going to rattle it down, but Woozy once again right there. His 5-star rips a shot. The Aztecs offense has come alive, but they haven't found the back of the net here. With just over 2 minutes left in game number 1 is Sean B stolen away, and it's Durtho Company looking for another goal.
Azapato's playing the slow 50 there. 5-star's not able to make contact. Instead, it's going to be Durtho dunking onto that one, but an open net is going to be secured. Durtho putting in the fourth for Boise State just under 2 minutes.
Durtho has come out on fire this series. Great and good job there, and all of a sudden Boise State has absolutely punched San Diego State in the mouth. A 4-0 lead. Off the kickoff, there's a demo. Saw a lot of that from Grand Canyon, and it disrupted the Broncos at times, but San Diego State not able to score off that one as Azapatos has it just outside the net, kind of loses the ball. Awkward little touch there, ends up right in his lap. He takes a shot, but Preston able to clear it away.
Now, just getting a couple wave dashes off, trying to catch up to the ball. Azapatos with a quick double into the corner. Gets actually a beat out on the next 50, but can't get around Durtho. Shambi with a good follow-up. Actually a bump onto one. 5-stars just need to put it on target, but Preston with a goal line save is going to keep it out for the Broncos, and Durtho now just sending it long. One touch out of Azapatos, and now it's Woozy making a good clear here, wasting time, approaching a minute left in this first game. Like you said, setting the tone for the rest of this series.
Preston over to Durtho. They want to keep that tone going as Durtho can't quite get the ball. Maybe looking for a hat trick. That'd be a massive statement in game number 1. 60 seconds left. The Aztecs, if they want to start a comeback, they need a goal, but it's all Boise State as Preston maybe has Woozy there on the pass. Ball not going to have quite enough oomph to get it done, and Azapatos going to dribble it near midfield.
1 reset, 2 reset over 2, but he does get nicked on that carry, so he's going to stop all momentum. And now it's going to go to the other end, and a good demo by Preston. This is going to get Woozy get his hat trick. Put the Broncos up 5-0 in this first game.
We talked about this in that last series with Grand Canyon. The Broncos teamwork on point. Not a pass this time, but a demo as you mentioned. 30 seconds left. San Diego State just trying to figure out what happened. Sean B can't even get a goal. Durtho with a great save. 5-star turned away from Woozy. He does it on both ends with 30 seconds left. Boise State looking to make a huge statement if they can pull the shutout.
This should also be the first shutout of the day out of all, which will be, and I had to talk, it is now 5-1.
Sets up the Brazil. That's what they're going for.
That's a better point.
Sets up the Brazil. Great job there by Sean B. The Aztecs do get on the board. 18 seconds left. We'll see if Boise State can put 2 in the back of the net to make it the second Brazil of the night for the Broncos. This 5-star company win the kickoff. Woozy's got Durtho there. Great job by Sean B to disrupt it, but Durtho over to Preston, turned away by Azapatos. And Boise State looking for at least one more. Preston right in front of the net. Durtho is there! Oh. And another hat trick for Boise State.
Little 1-2-1 passing play is going to secure a 6th for Boise State. Only seconds remain in this series. Surely Boise State will go 1-0 to start off this series. 5, they're looking to book another trip to Brazil real quick. Let's see if they can do that. Just that.
Oh, off the kickoff, Azapatos going to carry that one. It'll quickly touch the ground. It won't be a Brazil, but it'll be a 6-1 domination for Boise State. Durtho and Woozy pick up the hat tricks, and game 1 couldn't have gone any better.
I think one thing to note here is that even though San Diego had more overall shots, Boise State was more accurate and able to secure more and be more efficient on the field in this first game. Like you said, setting the tone. But now going into game 2, let's see if San Diego can adapt.
What if you could pursue your college degree and your dream career while serving your country and getting amazing benefits? The Idaho Air National Guard, just 1 weekend a month, 8 months out of the year. You'll get tuition assistance, signing bonuses, health care, zero-down home loans, and high-tech job training, all while keeping your civilian life, job, and goals right here in Idaho. Whether you're studying, working, or building your future, the Guard enhances it all while giving you the leadership skills and lifelong connections. The Idaho Air National Guard is your pathway to education, career success, and purpose. And the Broncos have a purpose right now, and that is to pick up another Mountain West title. And the defense started out with a bang, a 6-1 win in game number 1, and we'll see in game number 2 if they can keep up that momentum.
Yeah, this is what we want to see. Boise State starting off strong here in the first game. Now going into game 2, great start, 6-1. That is the Boise State that you want to see in a grand finals. They are comfortable in this situation. They know what they can do, and they know that they can beat this team. But right now, they already have 1 game. They're looking for 3 more.
Preston off the kickoff, going to carry it down. Durtho right there. Woozy going to rip a shot. Durtho on the rebound, can't find it. Azapatos is there. This 5-stars quickly retreats. Azapatos, nice little flip there, but Preston intercepts it near midfield. Unfortunately loses the ball, but Woozy's there to back him up.
This one now floating into the midfield. 5-stars just reading, putting it on target. Durtho, great save. And now follow up, but Sean B is on target and in! San Diego is going to get the first goal here in game 2.
Top corner pocket from Sean B. Just great shot, great targeting. The balloons explode, and San Diego State's happy. They have a goal, and they find more than one, and can they shut down this high-powered Boise State offense? Is on the kickoff. Durtho, actually can't quite corral it. That's going to leave Preston reeling back. He's going to get it. Woozy is there, but they're not quite on the same page, but Azapatos misses anyway. And it could be a great chance. Sean B, great defensive play as well. Huge demo from Durtho, but he's unable to get the ball. So now Woozy has it, dribbling up. Can he play it down? Azapatos reads it perfectly. Preston tries to jam it in, but it's turned away.
Azapatos just being the bigger car on the field, being able to just 52 players from Boise State and not allow a goal. Try to equalize the scoreline here. Woozy, great carry over a few. Azapatos with a good carry. Now it's going to be sent down to the other end of the field. Durtho not able to make a touch, and he's got to race back before Sean B puts in a second goal.
And just like that, San Diego State capitalizes on a mistake from Boise State. They find themselves in the lead. But as we saw in game number 1, Boise State has plenty of offensive firepower. 2 goals this early. Nothing to worry about if you're Boise State. It's off the kickoff. It's Woozy. Huge shot, but Azapatos is there. Is there a follow-up? Preston going to wait, just corral it, gets it over 1. Durtho racing in.
Almost.
Azapatos, another great save.
Another great save, but right now, where's the offense that we saw in game 1? We got to see it now, if ever. Woozy just trying to keep this ball in play. 5-stars off the recovery. He's going to be able to follow up onto this one. Rolling up is Preston. Azapatos not in a position to follow up on that opportunity, potentially putting San Diego up 3-0. Now Woozy just has to send it to the other end of the field, but with no boost, they're not able to do too much here. Durtho diving on in, trying to keep Boise State alive, trying to get the first goal on the board for Boise State.
Azapatos nearly has the 3rd for San Diego State. Sean B is lurking. But Preston, a great pull away, but 5-stars, 1 touch. Durtho there has Woozy. But Azapatos, that name's going to come up a lot if San Diego State's going to pull this one off. Demo onto Sean B. Ball goes flying over the net. Sean B will respawn, but it's Azapatos once again who corrals the ball.
Woozy playing the 50 very well. Now going to leave it for Preston. Into the air. Pass. Durtho already pre-jumping! And he's going to score! He's the one lurking. You see him coming off the backboard here, already pre-jumping Preston's touch. The defense not expecting any of that.
As we talked about, that's what comes from playing so many games together. This team with multiple Mountain West titles together already. Looking at another one is off the kickoff. Sean B going to get demoed. It's Preston over to Woozy. Durtho was looking for the 3rd touch, but Azapatos read it perfectly. 5-stars gets overpowered there. Sean B, 1 touch. Can he hold on to the ball? Woozy not able to corral it. Durtho is. Into the corner before Azapatos pushes it away. Into near midfield. Gets it around 1.
Woozy now, double tap out of the corner just to keep it close. before it goes into the hands of Dirtho. A little bit of a double commit there, but still a good clear for Boise State. Able to steal that corner boost as well is going to be huge. Starving San Diego State, trying to secure a second goal here. Quick flipper set out of Preston, a double tap to put it awkward. Sean B with a great save, and San Diego State keep the lead.
Right near midfield, should be Woozy able to corral this one, and he will go up, get around Azapato. Sean B, though, reads the rebound perfectly. He clears it away for San Diego State with 90 seconds left in game 2. It's 5 stars, keeps it alive. Boise State still has offensive pressure. That's what they want, ball in front of the net. Boise State going to retreat a little bit as Woozy corrals it over to Dirtho. Shot on net, Preston can't corral it. Woozy maybe one big launch over to Dirtho in the corner. But there's no follow-up there as Azapato's going to clear it away.
No follow-up, but continued pressure now into the hands of Preston. Kind of gets bumped there by Sean B. Has to play the 50 with 5 stars. Now Woozy losing that one, but not the worst situation to be in here. 2 players with a lot of boost, just playing 50s, and now Preston. Mid-boost, but gets demoed by Azapato's quick follow-up out of Woozy. Could be a dangerous opportunity here. Preston just needs to get it clear. But Boise State, they need a goal more than anything.
Double miss there for Woozy and Azapatos. We get a double demo as well. So a little bit of 2-on-2 action before 5 stars responds. Never mind. He's going to go right back to the grave as Woozy and Azapatos collide. It's Preston and Woozy. A little bit of circling the ball. 30 seconds left. Dirtho over to Woozy. Shot on net! Shot! But the crossbar denies it. Preston, follow up. Dirtho's racing in! And he puts it in!
That was a little sketchy, I'm not gonna lie. That got close. Preston making as many touches as possible. Dirtho almost sending that one too high, but able to make it work. That is a tie game with 20. That is gonna be your unbundled game of the play, actually. I got so caught up, I almost forgot about that one. But now, tied up, 20 seconds remaining. Will Boise State get the win here, or will we go to overtime?
Not good spot right now. Azapatos near midfield. 10 seconds left before overtime in game 2 of the Mountain West Finals. Woozy has Dirtho at midfield. Sean B, massive clear. And now it's a chance for San Diego State to win it in regulation. Ball in front of the net. 5-star rips it, but it's saved. And we're going to overtime.
First overtime of the series, only in game 2, still pretty early. Now Woozy winning that kickoff, grabbing the corner boost fairly early to the ceiling, maybe for a teammate, no, said to the hood of 5 stars. 50'd early by Preston, shot on target, saved out by Sean B. Now Dirtho just has to play this ball just a little bit better, trying to keep it away from these offenders. Now Preston in an awkward position.
Oh, Sean B not able to get a shot on it. Azapatos, though, takes a shot. Dirtho not going to allow a rebound, but Sean B is there. Wants to set her down. 5-star shot goes well wide of the net. But Azapatos corrals it. It's still San Diego State on the offensive. Pass over to Sean B. Takes a shot, but Preston with a huge save. And Boise State stays alive, but they've got to get this ball away from their net as Dirtho is going to try and do just that.
Awkward positions here. Woozy with a great clear, and that's what they've been looking for. Azapatos able to collect that corner boost. Now, full control. We've seen what he can do before. Flipper set low, around 1. Dirtho just has to play it. And a great save out of him is going to keep them alive. Shot on quick. Saved out by Woozy. Still to the sidewall. Sean B there next for San Diego State. Kept in the corner, though. Boise State, they need another clear like Woozy did just moments ago.
They do just that. Preston down to Woozy. Gets the full corner boost. Ball right in front of the net. Sean B and Woozy both going to go up for it. It's going to be Woozy with the center. But Azapato is going to clear it once over Dirtho. Preston got to make the save, and he does just that to keep Boise State alive. 90 seconds into overtime. Woozy's going to rip it, but Sean B is there. Is there a follow-up for Boise State? Preston does just enough to get it to Dirtho. Can he get it over Azapato? Yes, he can.
And a double!
Oh, it's bouncing in front of the net, and there's no Bronco in sight.
I thought Dirtho was going to land that double, but right now it's a cleared ball for Dirtho. Pass, Preston from the ceiling. Gets 50'd out by 5-star. Now, it's going to be Woozy's ball, taking it over 1. 50'd on with Azapatos, and now Preston with a good clear for the Broncos looking for their next goal. Sean B collecting this one out of the corner. 50'd quickly by Dirtho before 5 stars clears this one down, and a demo onto Azapatos. Could open up a window of opportunity for Woozy, but no.
Dirtho does it. Oh, Sean B with a huge save. Big demo, though, in front of the net onto Sean B. Azapato gets just a touch. It's right in front of the net. Dirtho can't get the save. It's Sean B once again, the defensive stalwart for San Diego State, as Azapato going to clear it down. Preston and Woozy Hand it over to Preston. Azapato with a great stop. Woozy going to clear it away. Big bump there onto Sean B. Dirtho goes up.
He's already
Can't
jumping!
Oh,
What
a
a
huge
save! But Preston with the follow-up shot. Saved. Woozy now has to play this ball very slowly. This one left high. Demo onto Preston is going to open it up. But Dirtho diving on in. Should be able to get a follow-up touch off the sidewall, but only one before Preston dives in for the follow-up touch. Woozy has to play really safe here. He can't overcommit.
Sean B, couple of touches. There's Woozy, 5-star. Doesn't have a shot that he likes. Dirtho goes flying past, but Preston with a huge clear. 3 minutes in, Dirtho just missed it. And Azapato's going to corral it here for San Diego State. Carrying it up past midfield, has Sean B right below him. But it's Woozy with a great redirect here. Also in front of the net, 5-star going to go up, going to take a shot, but it's wide.
Just wide. Azapato's not able to do too much with that one. Woozy and Preston both 0 boost. Need to get something going here.
Big
Diving
demo.
save there. And Demo. Dirtho trying to collect this one. Woozy, maybe a redirect here on target. Saved out by Sean B. But no one able to follow up for Boise State. It's going to be a clear into the hands of Woozy.
Another shot, and he puts it in!
Shot!
I thought Azapato had that one! As we take another look.
The speed and accuracy out of Woozy. Azapato's not reading that one quite as well, not able to reach it, and Boise State are going to secure game 2 in overtime.
He talked about last game, San Diego State had the shot lead. Look at that. Boise State ripping shot after shot. Big shout out to Sean B, by the way. He kept that game going multiple times, but in the end, it's Boise State in a nail-biter to put themselves up 2-0. Preston Dirtho and Woozy there. Just getting a little bit of a breather as Boise State. Now 2 games away from yet another Mountain West Conference titles. We get ready to load right back into game 3. There are no breaks. Stamina going to be important here, Danner.
It is, but I think San Diego, they're on the right footing. They made the adjustments from game 1 and made it just as close as I was expecting for this whole series.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I'm expecting for the rest of the series here. They are on equal footing now. They know how to play each of these teams. And now going into game 3, will the Broncos go on to quadruple match point, or will San Diego get their first game of the series?
They gave Boise State everything they could handle, but after that one, you have to wonder, what more does San Diego State have left in the tank? It was a great goal with just seconds remaining to force us into overtime. And it's Boise State up 2-0 here as we get ready to go. And really, Danny, you have to think if San Diego State's going to win, it's just going to depend on how many times you and I mention Azapato's name, because he's been doing everything for them as we get ready to kick off game 3.
Especially on the offensive side, he is the man to look for on San Diego. But on the defensive end, you got to make sure you can have all players there and ready. But right now, it's Boise State starting off strong. Quick catch out of Azapatos into the midfield. Flipper set towards 5-stars. Saved out by Dirtho, and actually into a favorable position for him to follow up on.
You going to follow up?
But he's going to play.
That's what you need if you're Boise State.
They're in the heads of San Diego now. Look at Dirtho. Fakes Azapatos with the low, and then gets the last pop over the defender to secure the first goal with only 19 seconds into the game. Boise State are on a roll.
The kickoff, it's Woozy, going to back pass there. Azapato's trailing, but he'll turn around. And right in front of the net, it's Woozy going to try and get it over Sean B. Can't do it, but Dirtho is there, and he'll pop it right back onto the Aztec side. 5-stars cleared, denied by Dirtho. Woozy racing in. Preston is well, bit of a double commit. But the Broncos will survive as Sean B. going to rip it down. Pass intercepted, but a demo out onto Woozy should slow the Broncos offense down.
Should slow him down, but only for a minute here. Woozy now looking for a double to secure a second one, just wide. Preston has to follow up with a little bit of boost here, just popping it high, forcing Sean B to expend some boost and make an awkward save. Now Woozy out of the corner, forcing Azapatos into a really bad position here. Sean B diving there. A good 50. And Dirtho not able to secure a second one for Boise State. Still with a lead here. San Diego looking for their first.
They want one. It's going to be Azapatos who leads the way. He gets it over to 5-stars. Sean B can't get it. Now Dirtho with a great chance here. Azapatos just going to read that one, turn it around, carry it over the corner, pinch it off the wall. But Woozy says not today. 5-star though, great touch. Clears it all the way down to the Broncos' end. For a pair of Boise State players, don't collide. Dirtho, he'll clear it, but he'll get demoed in the process.
will get demoed, and a good pinch out of Azapatos is going to keep that away from a Boise State defender. Before Preston, sidewall read is going to go in.
Preston has had himself a series, as you mentioned, off the sidewall. Nobody for San Diego State in position. And just like that, Game 3 is now 2-0 in favor of Boise State. Can San Diego State come charging back, or will the Broncos add another? As Woozy racing in, just wide of the net. Azapatos can't quite clear. Woozy with a great job, bumps 5 stars out of the way, but Sean B racing in for another textbook save.
Dirtho now having to race for this one in the midfield. Dirtho not able to get too much with it. Preston, great save out. Woozy looking for the backboard double, is gonna land. And Boise State are looking to continue the momentum that they had in Game 1.
Shades of Game 1, as you said, a 6-1 win for Boise State. They lead this one, Game 3, 3-0. Looking for their 3rd win of the series, and that would be match point. And our best-of-7 final. Big demo off the kickoff as the ball will roll just wide of the net. Is Preston going to corral it out to Patos? Can't quite get to it as Dirtho with a great hit, looking for a play off the backboard. Sean B just does enough to push it out of the way. Woozy, one more shot,
what a shot!
And it's 4-0.
They've entered flow state. They saw in overtime. They knew how scary that was, especially because it was approaching 4 minutes. And they thought to themselves, let's not do that again.
Not looking like it's going to happen. Still plenty of time for Azapatos and San Diego State. And the Aztecs need to find something now as he'll get demoed off the kickoff. Preston over to Woozy, back to Dirtho and Preston. But Azapatos saved it. Might have hit off the post if it wasn't for him, as Woozy just going to stop that shot on net. And Dirtho right there to pick it up.
Right there to pick it up and able to beat 2 with the 50. Woozy just having to dive in for the last second 50. Shot for Preston is going to go in. Azapatos not able to read that one in time. 5-0. Boise State are running away with it.
San Diego State is running out of time, running out of series. 5-0. We saw this in game number 1 as well, a 5-0 lead for Boise State. They have come alive off the kickoff. Woozy over to Dirtho, trying to get it back over to Woozy or maybe Preston, but Azapatos is there and he'll rip it down. On the Broncos side, hasn't really been much of an offensive showing for San Diego State. Sean B trying to get that started. Preston, huge clear. 5 stars going to pop it up. Can't quite replay it down. And Preston and Dirtho just going to have to retreat towards midfield. Dirtho one more time, but it's stolen away.
Stolen away, but no threat yet. Preston now from the backboard. Great dribble into the hands of Sean B. Great 50 from him, but Azapatos to his own backboard has to make a good touch here, and he does. Forces Dirtho to dive. Woozy, he sees his lead and he sees the time trickling down. He knows he can play this one out. Now Dirtho with the last second save, able to get it around one more before Sean B tries to do what he can to keep San Diego alive in this game. They need to get it golden now if they want to try to start some momentum.
Boise State not going to allow it. 5-star rips a shot. Preston there for a fantastic save. Sean B going to cheer and keep the momentum going. But it's Woozy with a great clear. Preston racing down. There's a couple Aztecs in front of him. And they'll get demoed in the process. Azapato can't quite clear it away. There's Dirtho right in front of the net. Woozy didn't quite have the angle he liked, so he'll clear it away. And now Preston going to retreat. Clears one over to Dirtho. And just 60 seconds separating Boise State from match point.
I think the Broncos took that first loss to the Aztecs a couple weeks ago real personal, as they are now 6-0 in Game 3, looking to put themselves on the match point. They are not wanting to go the distance. They want to end it right here, right now, in sweep fashion, and they want to secure themselves another championship win.
See if they can do just that. They're looking like they're on pace. Azapatos and company just trying to find a goal, avoid the shutout in the grand finals, which is another something you want to have happen. Preston over to Dirtho. Ball precariously in front of the net, but Woozy going to clear that one away. Dirtho above him, maybe looking for a 7th goal here in game number 3. The crossbar turns that one away. And Preston trying to keep the momentum up. Him and Dirtho just can't quite corral it. And there's 30 seconds separating Boise State from a victory.
30 seconds and 6 goals needed. It's looking dire for the San Diego State Aztecs. Now, Azapatos, as he clears this one down, it's merely a formality as time ticks down. Now less than 20 seconds, 15 and counting. Boise State surely secure a Game 3 win, but San Diego will get one for the road.
Aztecs making sure they don't suffer a shutout. We saw this, I believe, from Sean B in game 1 as well, scoring a goal to at least avoid the goose egg on the scoreboard, but 11 seconds left. All but guaranteed victory here for Boise State. Off the side wall, Woozy one more time down. Azapatos is there for the save, but it will not be enough for San Diego State. Time will hit 0 when the ball touches the ground, and it will be Boise State a second 6-1 win, Danner, and they are now 1 game away from another title.
1 game away, adding another ring to their arsenal of wins, and they are looking strong. Game 2, I think it was just a fluke. Might have been a little bit of a scare, but now going into game 4, match point for the Broncos, and they're looking strong.
Yeah, they look calm and collected there up on this stage. They know they've been here before, and they know they've just got to win one more game. But, of course, it's a best of 7. It's not a best of 5 like we see in the regular series. There is still time for San Diego State to mount a comeback, but they have run out of life preserves. They've got to win this game and every game going forward. They want to keep their Mountain West title hopes alive. It's game 4. It's Boise State on match point here in a packed house. And they're trying to do it in front of these amped up fans.
They are so excited to watch the Broncos here, but I do have to give a quick shout out to their coach, Waiton, keeping them in the game, keeping their heads in the right mental, making sure that after that game 2 overtime that they are not mentally exhausted after that they're still in the headspace of we are in the lead 2 games. Let's make it 3, and sure enough, they did just that.
And again, I mean, they played the previous semifinal. This is now 9 straight games for Boise State, plus an overtime thrown in there. San Diego State, they had the quick 4-0. Got a little bit of a break, and maybe the cold hands have come back to bite them here as we see game 4 about to kick off. Can Boise State strike early as they've done so many times in this series? Oral Azapatos and company find the first goal. Over to 5 stars, takes a shot. Sean B racing in, demo in front of the net. But Preston does a great job defending that one. They'll keep it away for now. Sean B over to Azapatos, and it bounces in. San Diego State strikes first.
Great pressure out of them, early demos as well, getting them out of the comfort zone. Preston trying to do the best he can, but a great downward shot out of Azapatos is going to be the first one for San Diego State. Getting the lead 16 seconds into this game. Boise State now on the back foot, needing to get this equalizer.
Sean B, another great kickoff, but Preston is right there. 5 stars racing in, can't get it. Durtho just misses a touch. It allows Azapatos to pick up the save. Woozy racing in. He can't find it either. Couple of bumps for Preston, and he lobs it in. And we're tied.
We'll take that. That is just a misplay on the defensive here. Whiff out of Azapatos, gets bumped. Sean B faked out of that one, and Preston, good positioning off of, I believe, getting bumped out of Azapatos to recover and get the first goal for Boise State. Tying it up now, 30 seconds in, it's basically 0-0 now.
Azapatos and company looking for another lead. Boise State and Woozy trying to shut down any hopes of a San Diego State comeback. It's Preston. Rouse it in the corner. It's the ball away from him just a little bit, but nobody from San Diego State wanted a challenge, so he has plenty of time. 5 stars with a great touch. Puts it right down near midfield. Woozy around 1. 5 stars. Middle of the field. He should corral this one, but Preston going to make it work for it and actually get a great touch on it for Azapatos. Clears it over to the Broncos side.
Couple of whiffs here and there, no one quite making contact with the ball, and now Woozy into the corner, actually making a second 50 with Azapatos. Preston just having to dive on in with the little boost that he has. Sean B gets bumped out of the way, still able to make good contact here with the ball. Woozy to the ceiling, just trying to get something going here and get that ball out of the midfield, but instead it's going to be Preston playing it low onto 1. Sean B able to keep it out of harm's way.
Azapatos, midfield. Needs to make something happen, but it's Durtho with a great steal. 5 stars with the bump back, and it's Azapatos just over Preston. Keeps the ball alive for San Diego State. 5 stars, front of the net. Sean B racing in, and he'll find it. 2-1, San Diego State.
Great plays here, Durtho. Diving on in, not too much boost in his tank. Woozy just trying to play this one all the way, but a gap opened, and San Diego State found it. Able to get themselves back into the lead. Now in the favor of San Diego. Great pinch to start off a potential offense, but to the sidewall, Boise State go.
Preston not able to get it, but it's Durtho there for the touch. Woozy flying in. Big demo on a 5 star. Chance at an opportunity, but it's cleared away. Zapato gets that ball and just maintains control somehow. San Diego State doing a great job offensively. 5 stars with the follow, turned away by Durtho, exactly what Boise State needed. They need to get this ball out of their own end. Great soft touch from Zapato. Preston challenging him, but it's Sean B. down to Zapato, centered up for 5-star. But he puts it in. A great team play, makes it 3-1.
I don't know what is happening, if they just want to go every other game back and forth, or if San Diego State are just locking in at the times that they feel are needed. And right now, match point is when they want to lock in. They're trying to start this reverse sweep, but for Boise State, now trailing by 2. They need to try to deny this comeback as quick as possible. Now, almost halfway through this game.
Preston, great save, but the Broncos need offense, not defense. Speaking of it, it's 5 stars, and it's 4-1.
Unfortunate touch out of Durtho here. Woozy, no boost to reach on back for that one. I mean, easy goal there for San Diego State. 4-1 now. Boise State, they need to lock their defense down and make sure that they can continue their offense that they had in the first and third games. Try to continue this, but Zapatos just getting that ball off of Durtho.
Preston in the corner. Boise State looking for that goal to start the comeback. Woozy and Zapatos collide, and it's Durtho who will end up stealing the other way, trying to send it. 5 stars is right there, and the Aztecs have just been a touch ahead all game. They're going to take a shot up. Woozy going to turn it away. Zapatos misses. And a big demo from Woozy, but the ball actually going to take a big carom back to the Boise State corner. And it's Zapatos who has control. 5 stars trying to play disruption there, but it's Preston and company. And no one for Boise State has really been able to corral this ball so far. Sean B, another attempted shot. Finally, Preston gets it away. He's got Durtho down there, but a big demo onto Woozy. Gonna hurt the Broncos' chances.
They hurt the chances, but a couple of good demos might open an opportunity. Quick shot out of Woozy is going to be denied by 5 stars. Follow up, and a Preston save, but still lurking before 5 stars gets it out of the way. Make sure they are not letting a goal go through right now. Woozy with initial 50. Preston able to carry that one into the midfield now. Quick reset is going to go over 1. Tries to beat around 2, but it's just nothing's happening for Boise State. They can't get anything past the San Diego State defense. Oh, but maybe this!
As you say it, Preston locks in. And he keeps Boise State within striking distance. It's 4-2 now. Great job by Woozy. Going to set up Preston for a nice little touch. And still plenty of time with over 60 seconds left. Again, if Boise State pulls this out, they are your Mountain West champions. San Diego State has a long way to go, but a win is what they need the most to keep this series alive. Big demo off the kickoff. Preston now racing in. Ball bouncing around in the corner. Zapatos just gets it around Woozy, but Woozy kind of just man-bows it in front of the net. But unfortunately, Durtho can't quite get there in time, and there's only 60 seconds left with the Aztecs clearing.
This is by far the best lead the Aztecs have had this entire series. Now leaving it up to Sean B. Gets beat out in the corner. Durtho needs to put it on target before 5 stars. Dives on in for this one. Woozy gets over his head. Preston has to race back. He has to make sure he zapatos get it past him. But Zapatos, I think he got a little bit of a ground pinch there, putting them back to that 3-goal lead they were so comfortable with early on.
That one gonna make a comeback even tougher for Boise State. Now 5-2. Still plenty of time. Score quickly off the kickoff, and you're maybe right back in it. As Sean B and 5 stars want none of that, but the ball gets around to all of them. It's now Preston in the corner, trying to get around Zapatos. He has a pass back, but Woozy not there in time. Durtho now racing across. 30 seconds left. Can Boise State find the comeback? Maybe get us to overtime here. But a great save by Sean B. Going to make that even harder.
20 seconds left. They need to send the house. They need to get a goal right now, but on their own half, that's not going to look likely. Durtho has to follow up on this one. Redirect down in front of the net. Woozy has to get a good follow-up shot on. Saved out by 5 stars. And the Aztecs, San Diego State, secure their first game in this best of 7, keeping them alive here as they face match point still against the Broncos.
Saw this with Grand Canyon, where Boise State just quite couldn't secure the sweep, but they came back strong in Game 5 and take care of business. Again, 5-2 for San Diego State, so they need 3 more of those, Danner. And that's the best way to start. And as you mentioned at the top of the broadcast, right, we didn't expect this to be a sweep, so this isn't the most surprising result to see San Diego State keep the series going.
Yeah, and I was expecting I mean, this is how close I was expecting it to be. Back and forth, maybe we go to 7, but Boise State coming off strong, getting the first 3.
Yep.
One of them being off of a almost 4-minute overtime, which could have gone either way. If that goes to the side of San Diego, we're at a 2-2 right now, and now we're going into Game 5 even. But still, Boise State on match point, looking for the win. Waiton's got to tell them what they need to do. They need to get back into the headspace of what they were doing in games 1 and 3 and try to replicate what they can.
And as you mentioned, right, it seems like it's sort of this Jekyll and Hyde approach for Boise State. Couple of big wins in Game 1 and 3, an overtime win in Game 2, and then that loss in Game 4. So we'll see if the precedent holds. Can they pick up another 6-1 win on their way to a title? Or will San Diego State once again survive and advance to a Game 6? We're about to find out. Again, Boise State here just needs one more win to claim the Mountain West title for 2025 in Rocket League. The top-seeded Aztecs undefeated. They're going to need 3 more in a row if they want to claim the title for their own. And these two teams are ready to go. And it's been back and forth. And as you mentioned in that game, Danner, Boise State said just got to find clears when San Diego State has the ball as we kick off game number 5. And it's immediately Boise State on the front foot. Pressing around 1. Durtho going to go up. Ball going to go right in front of the net. Durtho just barely misses.
Just barely misses, but it's not by any sort of margin. It's rattling off the post and the crossbar. But now onto the Boise State half. Durtho has to play this 50, and he does with Sean B. He sticks with it. Azapatos waiting really closely with that ball, now trying to get it back towards the other end of the field. 5 stars, able to get it clear onto that one. Durtho, great save, and a demo onto Azapatos is going to relieve some pressure for the time being.
They're going to carry it down. There's Azapatos once again as Preston can't quite get around 5 stars. He does a great cross-field pass, but Azapatos can't corral it. Sean B takes a shot. Demo going to go out onto 5 stars to prevent any sort of follow-up. And another demo onto Azapatos means it's all Boise State pushing it down the field underneath 5 stars, but Sean B with a great push over.
Great push, great read onto Durtho here. Quick shot, saved out by Woozy. Now Preston has to dive on in with the only one with boost. Sent into the air is Woozy. Trying to follow up for maybe a follow-up 50 onto Sean B. The ceiling now, Durtho. They need to get out of their own side of the field. They are stuck here as Azapatos continues this push for San Diego State. Using a flip reset late. He's going to keep the pressure on. Boise State are stuck right now.
That would cost them in Game 4, just not being able to find clears. Oh! For the 3rd time tonight, says I'm going coast to coast, and he puts it home.
Coast to coast, quick little flip. Flip into a reset, gets it again. Puts it close post. Azapatos not able to dive for that one. I don't think he was expecting the reset out of that play. But regardless, Woozy will take that any day of the week as they get themselves on the board here with 3.5 minutes left.
On B and the Aztecs, what's their response? Big steal away, but a demo and another follow-up. Puts a little 2-on-2 action for a little bit. 5 stars gets it over Durtho. Woozy trying to read that one. He'll do a great job clearing it over to midfield. Azapatos can't quite get a touch on it. Big demo onto 5 stars. But it's Sean B who has possession, going to clear it all the way down. Woozy is there, great save. Now it's Preston. Can he get it over 5 stars? He cannot. The Aztec offense keeps up the pressure. Sean B racing in, shot on net, turned away by Woozy.
Turned around by Woozy and kept going by Preston. Azapatos just getting a pinch into the corner here. Woozy, the only one with boost, able to get a clear out. Almost by 2, and needs to make this extra touch, and he will. Into the hands of Durtho now. Sidewall, maybe not a read out of him. He's going to dive for this one still. Gets a bump onto 1, but realistically, Woozy, the only one with boost, is the only one that can go for this ball to try to keep an offense going for Boise State, try to continue this lead. It is dangerous if San Diego continue to stay on this side of the field. And it's Azapatos who's going to be able to equalize.
Yeah, great job there. But it looks like Sean B. He's going to bump Preston out of the way. Play contain on that goalie. As you said, it's Azapatos making it 1-1 here. Halfway through Game 5. Plenty of time for either team to pull away. And off the kickoff, it's Boise State with a great pop-up, but it's Azapatos who's actually going to corral it. This is scary. Gets it around 1, but a great clear there from Preston. Sean B going to back pass it to 5 stars. Preston with a fantastic intercept. Sean B not going to allow for a rebound, though. He'll come crashing down with the ball. Gets it around 1. Durtho, huge rip on the net. It's going to go wide, but you've got Preston for the follow-up. Ball bouncing around for the net. Azapatos can't control it, but nobody there.
He can't control his own car. He's getting bullied out of the net by Durtho. Follow-up is going to be saved. I did not realize somebody was going to be able to save that one into the corner now. Sent all the way back for Preston. Tried to take this one by himself. Has to leave it for a teammate. And this one might be in the favor of San Diego State only for a moment now. Azapatos with the last second touch with no boost.
Though there, steals away from Azapatos. Sean B has been great defensively for the Aztecs. One off the wall. Going to clear it down to the Boise State side, and 90 seconds remain in game number 5. Sean B and Durtho just colliding, but it's 5 stars who gets a great touch on it. Woozy going to clear it away, gets it around 1. Can he get around Azapatos? He cannot. And Sean B, though, he's too slow to the ball. Durtho with a great touch. Flying past the Bronco member, but he can't get the ball. It's Durtho in the corner, once off the wall, but a great clear from the Aztecs.
Sean B now continuing a counter offense here for San Diego State. Azapatos waiting for that 50. Gets beat out by Preston. Actually, a great recovery as well. Trying to stick with it. Maybe a follow-up touch, but Woozy gets beat out. Preston also gets demoed on the play. Durtho now the last man back. Delayed flip onto the ceiling, and almost a triple tap out of Azapatos. A little tough to get off the tongue there, but Durtho now carried around 1. Woozy with a follow-up shot. It's going to just be wide. Durtho trying to keep this one up for Preston, and now has to be a diving save on the other end.
Sean B racing in, can't quite get it. 5 stars going to put it over in the corner for himself. Played off the wall beautifully, but it's Preston with a fantastic save, and 30 seconds are left. Can the Broncos mount an offensive push? It's Woozy down into the corner, racing for his own ball, but it's Azapatos centering it up. 5 stars is there. And even off the challenge of Durtho, that ball is going to go right towards the Broncos' net. Gets it around Preston. Is there a follow-up from San Diego State? There is not.
No follow-up, and now a counterattack the other way. Woozy has boost. Not quite a follow-up, though. And now Preston has to wait this out. He might just play it out to go to overtime, but 5 stars to the ceiling. Has to watch out. Extra touches there. Double tap is going to touch the ground, and we have overtime in game 5.
Last time we went to overtime, it was 4 minutes. How far will we go this time? Big demo off the kickoff. Durtho carrying it in. Boise State looking for the goal in the Mountain West title. It bounces down, but Woozy can't quite redirect it. 5 stars in the Aztecs. They're trying to stay alive, and he's got a great chance. Ball going in on net, but Durtho with a huge save. Sean B going to follow it up, but Woozy with a clear.
Woozy with the clear. Durtho in support. Quick flip reset. Cut out by Durtho. Now bouncing out of the corner is going to be Preston in support. Woozy able to grab that mid boost, but has to wait for Azapatos' touch. Durtho now having to play this one in the corner. Woozy diving for that one. Really awkward. But Durtho able to continue his push now. 1 to beat. And 5 stars does a great job of keeping that one in play.
Oh, Preston down to Durtho. Can't quite get it. Sean B's going to put it right in front of the net. Scary spot to be. Woozy's just wide. And the Aztecs hold on, but they're not out of it yet. 5 stars looking for the clear. Gets it around Preston. Durtho racing in. 1 touch, but Azapatos and him collide. Ball still there. Great bump. It's Woozy in the corner. Preston racing in, but he smartly retreats. The Sean B had it. 1 more chance here, maybe with a huge clip from 5 stars. Durtho shot on net, but it goes wide.
Just wide. Sean B now with the carry. Early flick on. Saved out by Woozy to the side wall where Durtho awaits. Full take a boost. Carried onto the Aztec side of the field. Maybe a pass. Oh, Woozy's waiting, but a miss out of Azapatos. Could be an opportunity. Woozy has to dive on in for this one. Gets the beat out. And now looking for a teammate in the midfield. It's going to be Durtho getting around 1. Demo onto 5 stars. Could lead to an opportunity. Needs to get a beat around 1. Preston in support has to wait this one out. He's going to take it to his own corner and play this out. Get a reset on the field. See if Boise State can't keep going.
Oh, big demo on Azapatos. Durtho! Game winner! Boise State is your Mountain West champions. Durtho in overtime.
I mean, it had to be that way. It had to go all the way to 5 in overtime to secure it. Durtho with an amazing read off of the pass. Double tap secured, and Boise State 4-1 will be your Mountain West champions.
Once again, Boise State gets the job done. Everybody up on that stage, well, the players at least, remain undefeated in Mountain West Championship games. 5 for Gill, 4 for Durtho, 3 for Preston and Woozy. An absolutely fantastic job in front of a packed house. Big ups to San Diego State. They did not back down. There were times in that series being outscored 6-1 in Game 3. I think both of us up here were kind of like, is this going to get out of hand? They did a great job.
Absolutely. Bringing it back in Game 4, keeping them alive, and now going into Game 5. It's getting electric in here.
It's Preston leading the Boise State Charge. A conference title for them, and maybe more to follow. coming up on Friday on the Blue against UNLV, and that's another story. But again, a fantastic job by Boise State, securing it. Again, coming in with the one loss. Maybe you thought this series was going to go long. Maybe you thought this was San Diego State's year. And once again, Boise State remains confident. Looked at times like they were going to run this series right out of the room, but they survived 2 overtime games. Danner, your final thoughts?
I mean, this is what you expect out of a Boise State team. Even if they're not coming in as the top dogs, the undefeated like usual, they still are going to come out ready to fight, and with a crowd behind them, backing them all the way, they are going to be the ones to show out and show up. They are now continuing champions.
Another trophy for the trophy case, another ring on the finger. Absolutely phenomenal effort, and a big shout out to everybody in the Mountain West making this happen. Of course, big shout outs to Grand Canyon and San Jose State finishing in that tie for third. They both lost earlier in the evening in the semifinals. In San Diego State, that team's looking scary, right? And unfortunately for Boise State, Gill's facing out. Durtho's only got so much time left. This looks like a squad for San Diego State that we're going to have to maybe mark on the calendar and keep an eye on going forward.
Absolutely. Next year could be the year that they come back for that, or maybe it's the year that Boise State grabs a new player and continues their streak. We don't know quite yet.
See if we have the analysts standing by. Eric and Bryce have been great all night. See if we can get their thoughts on a Boise State Mountain West title, because, again, it was a phenomenal effort all around. Big shout-out to everybody involved. Phenomenal job. And once again, a massive congratulations to Boise State, to Gill, who we highlighted at the top of the broadcast, Danner. And I got to put the pressure on you. I wait to see if we got the analysts. Who do you give the MVP? Quickly, before we're going to go to the analysts, but quickly, your MVP.
Another one in the books for the Boise State Broncos. And how amazing was that environment right there? You can see the crowd chants going back and forth, Boise State, Boise State. Man, the reign continues.
Yeah, the reign of the king. They were one down, but they came back in full force. Honestly, that was a lot closer than no, it wasn't as close as I was expecting, but it was still fought incredibly hard from San Diego. There were some games where it almost went like one team would dominate one game and win, the second team would dominate and win, and then it would just be really close for the next two. And it's like, what is going on? But in the end, Boise State takes the win, and I can't say that I didn't expect this happening, because I did predict it, but I did think that San Diego would be able to take one more game off them. But still, what a game to watch. What a fight out of San Diego. And what a win out of Broncos.
And that's definitely a big note to really bring up, is how well San Diego was able to adjust and make it more competitive as we went deeper and deeper into that game. Because, as you said, those final 2 games, they were getting close. They were getting incredibly close. They fought tooth and nail. I mean, the squad is absolutely fantastic. 5 stars, Sean, Azapatos, all incredible players. But you're going against the top dogs in this league, someone who's run this league for so long. And we had so many incredible plays come out from this team. My personal favorite was Game 2. I know you popped on that one too. Woozy fakes back, passes it over to Preston. Preston goes for the shot, and Durtho gets the follow-through. It was like a complete team effort, and it shows you the caliber of communication they have.
Yeah, every single player touched the ball for that play, and it really just went to show the level of teamwork that this team has. And I think that San Diego had a few really good standout moments as well. I mean, just looking at the final game, keeping themselves in the game for as long as they did was what they needed to do in order to keep themselves in. However, it just came down to one mistake, and it was San Diego who made it. Boise State ended up winning this coin flip.
So we're going to throw it over to our top 5 plays of the day while we get ready for an interview with one of our players, Gil. It is going to be his farewell interview, so you're not going to want to miss it. We'll be right back.
Not going to have quite enough oomph to get it done, and Azapatos going to dribble it near midfield.
1 reset, 2 reset over 2, but he does get nicked on that carry, so he's going to stop all momentum. And now it's going to go to the other end, and a good demo by Preston.
Another great kickoff, but Preston is right there. 5 stars racing in, can't get it. Durtho just misses a touch. It allows Azapatos to pick up the save. Woozy racing in, he can't find it either. Couple of bumps from Preston, and he lobs it in. Woozy and Azapatos collide. It's Preston and Woozy, a little bit of circling the ball. 30 seconds left. Durtho over to Woozy, shot on net! Shot! But the crossbar denies it. Preston, follow up. Durtho's racing in, and he puts it in.
Demo. Durtho trying to collect this one. Woozy, maybe a redirect here on target. Saved out by Sean B. but no one able to follow up for Boise State. It's going to be a clear into the hands of Woozy.
Another shot, and he puts it in!
Could lead to an opportunity. He needs to get a beater on one. Preston in support has to wait this one out. He's going to take it to his own corner and play this out. Get a reset on the field. See if Boise State can't keep going.
Oh, big demo on Zapato. Durtho!
I am joined by the man, the myth, the legacy, and again, champion Gil. How are you doing, man?
I'm doing well. It's a great day, kind of a bittersweet one, you know. I was standing on the stage, kind of taking it all in. I got a little watery, so I'm gonna try to hold it together. But yeah, just a great feeling, great win. All the guys played so well today.
Yeah.
Just an awesome job all around.
So let's get started with the conversation here, leading it back into this bracket itself. Back in the regular season, San Diego was able to get the better of the Broncos, but the moment you guys get into playoffs, the moment you're in the bracket, you take it to them in a very dominating fashion. So what was it like kind of readjusting and getting ready for this matchup? Of course, it's 2 back-to-back, so does that change the mood and feeling?
Yeah, I just think the whole mindset going into this day was being prepared, playing our game. You know, when we played them in the regular season, the best of 5, we felt a little unprepared, I think, just a little kind of rushed into the game, I want to say. But getting here, just being able to have the prep time before the matches, really make sure that we were at our best to win, and we knew if we did that we'd be able to be champions.
Yeah, and moving on to your just your career as a whole, we said it a little bit before, and we've actually said it quite a few times. You are the most decorated player that we have here at Boise State. This will be your 5th Mountain West win. You can fill out a whole hand with the amount of rings you've gotten from Mountain West. So, just how does that all feel being so accomplished in such a short amount of time?
I think my 5 rings don't say as much about me as they do about this program. You know, ever since I got here, we've won the Mountain West every year, and I don't think that's, you know, a me thing being here. I think it's a program-wide thing, what Doc's built here. Just all the great players that we've had come and go throughout my time here. You know, I think back to my first Mountain West championship with Cosmo. That was his last year, and to now watching Durtho, Woozy, and Preston take it home. Just the amount of talent here, and not just even on the team, just the production staff, the coaching, the people that just go into the everyday here. Just make it a winning environment so us as players can focus on winning, and that's all you can ask for as a player, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we have that all listed out, by the way. It's 3 CEC West regional titles,
Oh, wow.
3 CRL national qualifier appearances, 1 CRL Worlds appearance, the first ever in this program's history national championship in Rocket League, and now 5 Mountain West championships. That's quite the history. That's quite the legacy to be leaving here with the Broncos. Now, I want to bring that over towards your team, how it's been working with them, how things have gone throughout the years, some of your highs, some of your lows. I mean, sum it up for us. How has this journey been with your squad?
As far as the team goes, I think that's what I'll miss the most, right? Just getting an even scrim with those guys on a daily basis. You know, you don't think about it in the moment, but those are just the best times, and
they go fast.
Some of them, they do go really fast. Just that's the stuff that I'll really miss. Even now I'll be playing other games just for fun. I'll think back, like that competitive drive in me will kick in a little bit. I'm like, man, so much, get me thinking. So much fun back then, and just I don't really know how to sum the feeling up. Just so grateful, I would say, is the way that I would sum it up, for the opportunity to come here. I remember Doc recruited me back in COVID times, I think. There's not a better opportunity in the world in collegiate esports than getting to be here.
Yeah, and what a time it has been. But kind of playing off your answer a little bit more, since you're not going to be scrimming as much Rocket League, I kind of two questions baked into one. How much Rocket League would you say that you have been playing on a daily basis here, and then how much will it be after?
I mean, playing here, it's almost, I would describe it as like a pretty much close to a full-time job. I mean, I put in usually 30 to 40 hours a week playing, practicing, all the above. And now that like I don't have any obligation to competing, I'm telling you that is going down to like very close to zero. I will not miss having to grind, I'll tell you that.
So you're saying it's time to play some FIFA?
Maybe. I'm more of a Madden guy.
Oh, okay.
I can throw the ball around, I'll tell you that.
So this is one of the last times, is the last time that we are going to have you here, which, that definitely has a lot of bittersweet implications, winning a championship title, but knowing that you're not going to be with the squad anymore. So if you can, you do us all a favor, if you can give some parting words to your teammates, Sturtho, Uzi, Preston, just give them a shout out that we can have out here for the crowd.
Oh, geez, here we go. I'm going to try and make it through this.
It's okay. I'll cry with you, bro.
Man, they're such awesome people, and getting to know them over the last few years and just everybody. I mean, everyone that I've gotten to play with. When Doc recruited me here, he mentioned the culture and the people, right? And let me gather a little bit.
Take your time. It's all right.
Yeah. And, I'm not going to, I'll miss them as players. I mean, just the best job in the world to be able to play next to those guys. But it's them as people that I'll really miss. When I got here, 2,000 miles away from home, this was really my home away from home, my family. And now I'm going to be flying back, and I'm going to miss this place every day. Miss these people. It's truly the family, the bond here, the culture talks about. Nothing like it. That's probably the way I'd sum it up. It got there eventually, right?
It's stories like this that we love hearing in esports, man. I feel the emotions. I'm with you on that one. It's been a long journey that you've had with Boise State University and the Broncos, and we couldn't thank you any more for what you've been able to achieve alongside us, how great you've made this program look, and just showing up every day on the esports stage and giving us something to shout about and be excited for. So thank you so much, Gil. Do you have any shout-outs before we let you go?
All right, let's see how long this takes. Man, just so many thank yous to this program. I mentioned my teammates. Also, shout out to my coach, Wayton. He just awesome coach, best in the business. And all the production staff, the other staff here, all the amazing stuff that they do really just makes my job the easiest in the world. Shout out to my family. I hear so many stories of kids who, get how do I say this? Get kind of pinned by their parents, and then, shout out to Doc finally, I think. It's just, giving me this opportunity, recruiting me, the amazing culture and the people that he's brought in. Just, it's incredible. I remember, that's like the main thing I remember from our first meeting. He told me it's about the people. Bringing in the right people, not just the players, not the highest elo or whatever. It's all about people in the building, the culture, and he couldn't be more right. I wouldn't change anything, none of the people I've met, none of the games I've played. Just so proud to be a Bronco. So thank you to this program, thank you to the university, thank you to this new family that I get to have. And I think I'll kind of leave it there.
Thank you, Gil. Thank you for everything you've done for Boise State University. And this, ladies and gentlemen, this is esports right here. This is what it does. This is how it brings us together. And this has been a fantastic journey that we've been able to cover. So that's going to do it here for our post-game interview. I want to give you one more thanks. We can't thank you enough, man, because it's been a hell of a road, to say the least. That's going to wrap it up here for the Mountain West Finals. I want to thank you so much for joining us. And, of course, thank Gil here again for joining us on the interview desk. And be sure to tune in next time. We've got more esports coming up tomorrow.